Hey guys, welcome back. This reading is for my members only. It is by request from Serena R. Thank you, Serena R, for making this request. This is not the type of reading I typically do for this channel, but I've decided that in the members section, if you are a paying member, if you make a request, I will try to at some point do it. But if I feel like it's a good one, I will do it, and I'll keep it. If the question is off topic for the channel, which my channel covers the karma of your haters, good news coming your way, what men think of you, a relationship, some like attraction, confidence type stuff. What do men find attractive about you? What do people find attractive about you, or your future spouse or mate? Those types of readings. Also, how are you shocking people? What people think of you, your reputation. So there are some readings that don't fit in that category. But if you're a member, I'm making the space for members to be able to request from me off-topic readings, and I will try my best to do them. I can't guarantee it because I'm pretty busy with the regular channel schedule for the channel, but I will try my best to occasionally include off-topic readings like this one, which is what will your next job be like? Okay, Serena R asked for this one, so thank you, and let's go ahead and begin with this one. What will your next job be like? So my name is Diana, Psychic Intuitive, here at the Magical Mermaids Tarot channel, and before you are 4 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is from the Bright Idea deck, and the associated symbol is this pink typewriter. Pile 2 is from the Treasure Trove Tarot, Career and Finances, and the associated object are these Cheetos, a bag of Cheetos, hand holding a bag of Cheetos. Pile 3 is from the Unofficial Office Tarot, and the associated symbol is a woman doing yoga, okay, cross-legged pose. And pile 4 is from the Vanessa Tarot, and the associated symbol is this Trust Yourself sticker. Please choose a pile that you feel most attracted to based on the sticker or the tarot card backing. If you're still undecided or you would like to choose an additional pile, let me go ahead and add your zodiac signs. I'll be right back. Pile 1 is associated with the zodiac signs of Cancer, Aries, and Libra. Pile 2 is associated with the sun or rising signs of Pisces, Virgo, and Aquarius. Pile 3 is associated with the sun or rising signs of Leo, Taurus, and Sagittarius. For pile 4, the associated zodiac signs are Capricorn, Gemini, and Scorpio. Please take your time, make your choice or choices. Feel free to pause the video if you have to, and I will see you at your reading or readings. Welcome to your reading, pile 1. What will your next job be like? This is going to be very interesting. Let's go ahead and move your number over to the left here for you. You chose you ended up with the pink typewriter with the love on there. Okay. You ended up with Cancer, Aries, or Libra. Oh, okay, let me do a vibe check on you. So, pile 1. I feel like there's something about your next job that you're gonna like. You're gonna love. I feel like you might find it to be healing. You might be a healer for your next job, a healer of some type. So there's a variety of categories of jobs that fit into this. It could be you could be a nurse, you could be a therapist, you could be a massage therapist, you could be someone who makes healing music, that soothes people's souls, You could be someone who cares for the elderly, I'm getting caring, nurturing vibes, okay? Also getting for a few of you, it might be child protection. You might work for a child protection agency or take care of children. That's possible. And, or be on a line of work that helps, create harmony, within someone or others, but between others. So I'm getting a therapist or maybe a compassionate line of work where you care about people or are nice to people or something like this. Also getting like, just really nice vibes, You could also be a writer for your next job. It could be that maybe your next job will be creating like stories, or it could be content creation, honestly, like creating a script, or it could be writing a book. Maybe you decide you're gonna focus on writing and become an author, and it could be data entry. You could be maybe working in an office where you deal with data, or deal with I'm getting like a computer vibe too for some of you. Like maybe you might be either as an accountant, clicking on keys, or like typing, writing, working data entry, or working corporate job, entering data into a system, or working with the data. Okay, and you're gonna love it. If that's the case, then you're gonna love doing that. It could be something that you love doing in general. You love working on computers, you love keyboarding, you love clacking. You like that kind of work, office work, desk work. You might be dealing with documents, filling out documents, or getting clients to fill out documents, or filing documents, keeping track of information or data. So definitely a bit of a variety going on there. Also getting like your next job is going to be one where you may have some type of idea with your next job. You may get like a spark of inspiration with your next job. So it could be a job where you get an idea maybe you have an idea for a book you want to write, or just an idea that you need to put down, or like you just have this eureka moment, and you're realizing that and something gets ignited inside of you, right? Like a stroke of creativity, or some type of innovative idea that you want to implement and put to work for you. So you could be like an entrepreneur with your next job. That's possible. Like a business owner, you just get this brilliant idea and you're like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. So it could be a book idea, it could be a business idea, it could be a money-making idea that you have, or maybe you'll come up with a solution for a problem that's already present, and you're going to come up with some brilliant idea. Okay, it could be also your next job is going to require your intelligence. Yeah, your next job is going to be your intelligence, and your knowledge is going to be required to do this job. It could be that you invent something, and with your next job, and that's going to take up your time. That's going to be your next job, is this invention of yours, or this innovation of yours, right? You could, I'm getting like ingenuity vibes. You're ingenious, Pile One. You may come up with some type of idea that causes scientific or technical progress of some kind, or like I said, just solves a problem that mankind has, or a group of people have. Your intelligence is going to be very necessary in this next job. Your ability to create something, or understand something, or enlighten others about something. I'm also getting like problem solving vibes. I feel like your next job is going to have something to do with solving problems for others, or being presented with problems. Like you might be a troubleshooter at a computer job. Maybe working you might be a network admin, and or you might be a computer programmer, or you might be just some sort of problem solving. You might be a technician in your next job, where you're solving, healing, fixing things too. Kind of getting that vibe as well. Might be, and I kind of got a healing vibe. So maybe, and specifically emotional healing is kind of what's standing out to me right now. And so this would be the kind of healing that could be emotional or spiritual. Just depends on who's watching. Take it as it resonates. Which kind of job you would feel most likely to be attracted to for your next job. Also getting... I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be a job that, that makes you feel positive. It's going to be a job that leads to some type of healing for you personally too. It could be maybe that you were without a job for a while, or maybe the kind of job you used to do in the past didn't really do it for you. And this job is going to be more along the lines of what you are wanting to do. Something like this. So it's going to make you feel positive. It's going to make you feel like a ray of joy. Okay, you're going to feel lucky. Yeah, I feel like you're going to feel lucky with this next job. Like, lucky in the sense that, yay, I'm finally doing something that's comes from me. It's my idea, or it's my type of thing, you know, more closely aligned with who I am. I do feel like it's going to be abundance. It's going to bring abundance into your life. Make you very happy. Especially very abundant when it comes to being happy. Okay. I'm getting warmer. So it's going to be like warmer, closer to what it is you actually want to be doing. Again, I'm getting these like understanding, enlightening vibes. You're going to be casting a light upon something that maybe people didn't understand, or someone didn't understand, or helping with problem solving, casting light into dark areas. It could be technical. It could be maybe healing. It could be someone's soul. It could be therapy, you know, casting light upon something dark. Interesting. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at your first tarot card. We're getting learning information. Remember I said something about data. Be handling data or handling. And I also talked about enlightenment. You know, knowledge. So some of you might be, your next job might be going to school. Your next job might be, furthering your education. I'm also getting your next job is going to be one where you're dealing with documents, dealing with books, dealing with the written word, dealing with data, for sure. Okay? You're going to be taking note of something for this job. You're going to be taking note. You're going to be either taking notes because you need that information to do the job correctly, or you're going to be researching to help you do the job correctly. So your job is going to involve some type of research, your knowledge base. You may have to go back to the books and kind of look some things up to do this job correctly. Okay, you're gonna be dealing in information. It could be data from other people, or data that's like from your school or the school of thought that you deal with. Yeah, I'm getting that you're very bookish, you're very nerd-ish, you're very smart, Pawan, and you're going to be delving into a lot of like nuance and knowledge to help you do this job correctly. So again, I'm getting this writer's vibe. I feel like some of you're gonna be a writer. Just if that sounds right, that is it. Okay, your next job is going to be you writing a book, or you doing research and writing an article. Maybe you'll be writing articles. Maybe you'll be a reporter. You'll be maybe a researcher. Have to researching will be part of your job. You're going to be like a walking encyclopedia at your job, that kind of thing. Okay, let's move on to the next tarot card. We have controlling verdict. Okay. Yeah, you're going to be seeking after knowledge. I also feel that your next job, you're going to be also using the information you get to make certain decisions. Okay. So your decisions are going to be knowledge based. Okay. You're going to make certain calls on the job. Decide what works, what doesn't work. You're going to have to discern. Your discernment's going to be needed at this job to figure out what stays, what goes. If you're dealing with people, remember I said something about having to deal with people like a therapist, then I think it could have to do with, maybe I could see marriage counseling. I could see a counselor of some type is your next job. I could also see maybe being a judge for a few of you, but it's not going to be like a legal kind with, it's not going to be like a police officer, not at all. I'm getting just dealing in the world of concepts, ideas, laws, legalities. A lot of knowledge is required for your next job. You may be a judge, you may be a counselor, you may be a therapist, you may be someone who decides right from wrong, or you may be a divorce counselor. You may also be a marriage counselor, that's possible. Getting that as well. Or just basically being about trying to make discernment, make good decisions. Okay, having good discernment and being the final word on certain decisions. So, that will be your role, so that someone else doesn't have to do it. They'll say, you're the one, Power One, who's going to be making these decisions, making these calls. Okay. You might be helping deliberate between two parties. Maybe this could be conflict resolution. That's possible. Interesting. Let's keep it moving. I'm going to go through your tarot cards. Number 6, sacrifice. Okay. It's funny because I said not a police officer, but here we're getting a police officer. Or maybe some type of security guard. Let me see. I do feel like you might be in a role of authority. For some of you, take it as it resonates. You know, someone is in a position of authority. We got someone who's obviously in a state of need. But they're putting a coin into the I don't know what you would call this, like the bucket or something. I feel like you might be an enforcer of some type too. For a few of you, you might be involved in making people comply, or you know, yeah. So if there's someone being mistreated or something's being mishandled, you'll be the one who makes people comply or behave right. Okay, let's get it. Interesting. So I am getting the vibe pile 4, like pile 1. I'm sorry. I hope I was saying pile 1 earlier. Maybe you might want to watch pile 4 as well. But I'm getting like some type of sacrifice is going to be needed. Maybe I get the feeling maybe you might not get paid enough at this job. You may feel like in order to do this job, like it's like, you know, maybe you might feel like a little bit like you're underpaid. I feel like you're having to sacrifice yourself a little bit for the role. And you might not like that aspect of it, okay? You might feel like you're not being rewarded enough to take care of everything that you wanted to be taken care of, okay? That's a possibility. But I get the feeling that, you know, it's one of those jobs, I feel like you study for it, you be chosen for it even. I see that you'll be chosen for it over others, but they might not give you as much as you would like. That's possible too. You may have to sacrifice yourself a little bit for the role. We have motivation. I do see though that you are going to love some things about it. I do feel like you're going to love some things about it. I feel like you're going to get the opportunity to prove yourself in this job. Okay, you're going to, oh look, we got Cancer, the crab. We got Cancer the crab here as well, so there's some resonance. So if you're a Cancer sign, this is definitely your message, okay? Also, if you're Scorpio, Libra, Aries, but if you're not and you're feeling drawn to this pile based on your intuition and it's resonating, then it is also your message, okay? So honor your intuition above all else, or just honor your intuition. You know, you might have this and then have another pile as well to give you more information. It could be that maybe you're on the precipice. It could go either way because you don't know what your next job is going to be exactly, and maybe there's a series of decisions you need to make, and so these are possibilities, right? So it could be that, for instance, if you chose pile 1 and pile 4, those are both possibilities for you, and depending on how appealing either one sounds, you might want to move more in that direction, make choices more in that direction, right? Okay. I do feel like you're going to be very motivated at this job to prove yourself. I feel like you're going to win an award at this job. You're going to stand out as being very good at something, being a very good wrangler. You'll be able to sort of wrangle in a problem that they've been having there. You're going to be able to prove yourself as worthy. You may even get some type of award or recognition because you're going to have this sort of, you're going to be a bit of a star when you get there, okay? You're going to be a bit of a star when it comes to your performance and ability to get things done, okay? I do feel like this next job, you might feel a bit, because I'm getting surrounded by all these books and sort of a restrictive energy, and especially the fish in the bowl. Like you may feel, even though you are a very good worker, pile 1, okay? I get the feeling you might be on your way up or deserve better. This is not going to be your forever job. It shouldn't be, in my opinion, okay? But maybe it's a necessary job for you to take on your way to proving yourself and getting on to the next stage, okay, of your career. You may feel kind of hemmed in. You're kind of like a big fish in a tiny little bowl. You may be overqualified for the job even. You may be qualified, but you're just better. You may be bigger for this job than this job has space for you. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm just getting like for example, maybe, I kind of got a vibe that you might not get paid enough for your tastes and enough for your accomplishments. Okay, that's one example. The other example I'm getting is maybe you may feel hemmed in when it comes to what you can do. Okay, like for instance, your skills, maybe you used to be a doctor in Korea, right? But when you move to the US or wherever, maybe you had to receive some type of demotion while you learn the ropes, and in the new country you're in. Maybe you migrate to a different country, and it's an English-speaking country, and they're like, well, yeah, you're a doctor from Korea. Let's just have you do this first. So maybe you might be a physical therapist or do some lesser job for a bit, and you're just accepting it for now while you prove your exceptional talents. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Next we have... yeah, and I feel like this will be you putting yourself out there, you know? It's like you're going from being insular to being out there. We have 20 examination. You may be a dentist, that's possible. You may be a security officer. You may be, as far as precisely what you might be, okay? Counselor, possibly for a few of you, a judge. Some type of authority figure is possible, or someone with a bit of rank. You know, you're not like, I don't feel like you're going to be someone who's very basic. But you'll be someone with some type of title. You'll have qualifications. You'll be brought in with a certain skill set for sure. And so you're not going to be like someone who doesn't have any knowledge or have any skill. You're going to have knowledge. You're going to have skill. Some of you may be a dentist. Your next job may be a dentist, or the people who clean your teeth. They do tooth exams and clean your teeth, and they find what's going on, see what's happening under the hood. The one who takes notes on what they're seeing and maybe passes it along to the doctor, that kind of thing, or passes it along to a higher up, what they've seen. You will make certain calls, you will make certain decisions and pass that information along. Okay, let's keep it moving. Next we got doing illumination. Okay. Remember I said something about casting a light into dark places? Look, you're casting a light, literally. Okay, into a dark place. Interesting. So I get the feeling this place you're going to be working at next, it's like, not everything's going to be perfect there. I mean, which place do you go to where everything's perfect? There's no such place really. But this place is going to have some issues, or either issues or things that they need to work through, and you're going to be in the trenches, so to speak, helping them sort of do the work that needs to be done to bring this place into a good condition. Or it could be that this is not like they may be in a state of disrepair, and you might be working in conditions that you're not necessarily excited about, but you will like what it is that you're doing while you're there. You will like the job you do, but you may not like the environment as much, or the way they behave, or the way maybe not the way they behave, but the way they reward you, the way... I get a feeling you may have worked at better places or something in the past. You will be helping to light the way also. I feel like these people at this next job, it's like they don't know what they're doing there, or like something has happened. There's been some kind of disaster. Something went wrong, and the people they have there they need help figuring it out. Okay, and you're going to be part of helping them figure out. Either specifically that's going to be your job, helping them figure out something that's in the dark, like examining teeth or examining the hood of a car, or but you're going to have knowledge, you're going to have skill, help them understand what's happening either per client, per job, per situation, or just at the company at large. This is going to be this vibe like, we don't quite know what we're doing, we're trying to figure it out, and we need you, Pawan. You're going to join the team and help us figure it out. Okay, that's kind of vibe I'm getting. You're going to be casting a light on what is hidden or what is hard to understand. The light of your reason, the light of your intelligence. And I feel like your light's going to be huge. The people that are there, they have a light, but their light's maybe not going to be as strong as yours. And this is why you're being hired, is because you have even more illumination. You have even more intelligence. Maybe they went for someone like you, Pawan, because they determined you have certain qualifications. There's going to be a clear benefit to them there. Okay, clear benefit. They need your knowledge. They need your expertise. They need your skills. Okay, at this place. They do. You will be needed there. But you're not going to feel like they're rewarding you as much as you would like, possibly. You're going to feel like their situation's kind of subpar and needs a lot of work or something. Interesting. Okay, let's move on to your next card. We have writing. Oh my gosh, you see that? Writing. You may be a writer for your next job. It could be writing a book. It could be coding too, wherever you're creating script of some kind. It could be content creation, where you're helping people, understand something. You're shedding light on something. Okay, you're shedding the light on a topic, or for certain people, you're filling a need when it comes to people wanting to know something about either their health or know something about some situation they're dealing with in life where they don't have the guidance, and that you're there to help. Oh, look, it says heal. Kind of got a healing vibe too. I feel like what you're going to be doing is going to have a healing aspect to it. Whether you're dealing with people, places, things, systems, whatever it is, there is a healing component. There is, where you're trying to help fix or correct something. That's going to be in your next job. Definitely writing, for sure, for some of you with a typewriter, the book writing, that writing, or something to do with your words. You might be creating, you might write jokes or write entertainment or inspire, or you may be a teacher. You may be teaching people how to write something, or you might be a teacher. That's possible. Or teaching something that people have to take notes on. Or you may be taking notes based on what you see and passing that information along to the rest of the people there. Or create documents. Maybe you would be the type to observe a situation at your next job. You could be an insurance adjuster or something. Observe what's happening, take notes, so you can enter it into the system. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we have your passion. Okay, so for some of you, this is going to be your passion. This job is going to include you doing something. Either it's going to be your passion, this job. Okay, either this job is going to be your passion. Yeah, I think that's the only reason you'd be putting up with these conditions is the job itself. What you're going to be doing is something you feel passionate about. Okay, it's like a bit of a calling for you. Yes, okay, it's going to be tied in with your creativity. Going to be tied in with, I'm seeing art on the walls. I'm seeing writing. There's just this idea that, it's definitely going to be a job where you got to make certain calls. Okay, you got to, maybe you're literally making phone calls. I don't know, but I don't think so. Maybe for a few of you, but mainly is that you'll have to make certain decisions in this next job, like which way is your creative direction going to go, or, you'll be dependent on to make certain critical decisions, critical thinking. But you're going to love what it is that you actually are doing. Okay, what the activity is. You're going to love it. Okay. Next we have eggs. Okay. I feel like, it's saying starting over. I'm getting this vibe, pile one, like maybe, you're having to sacrifice. This next job is going to require, I feel like you may be sacrificing because you're starting anew with maybe a certain career where you're a newbie to that career, or you're, maybe you're trying to learn, you've learned new skills, having to start at the bottom of whatever that new skill set is or that new career is. And there's a newish vibe to it, like you're doing something a little different, and or you're starting over. Maybe it could be it's a new job, obviously, this next job. I feel like this next job is going to help you. It's going to give you some resources. It's going to, even though you may not feel like you're getting enough, it will help you. It will help you improve your situation. I do see that. Okay. Now I'm getting healthcare again. Okay. Which ties into the healing that I get coming up for me. Okay. You're going to be healing or fixing something for sure. You may be able to afford healthcare too. Getting like it's going to be a new opportunity, and you will get insurance. You will have the ability to maybe take the insurance or not accept the insurance or not accepting. Oh my gosh, look, another Scorpio. Scorpio. So 2 Scorpios. We're getting some confirmation there. You may be in the healthcare industry, but I got that with the dentist. Yeah, a dental hygienist. Maybe a dental hygienist. Maybe a dentist. That's possible for a few of you. But you're going to be starting at the bottom levels or something. It's possible. And not getting everything you want quite. But I feel, though, that you will get some resources. It will help your situation. I do feel like you will be able to save up. Let's keep it moving here so we can build more of an image here for you. Pile 1. We have mechanic. Remember I said something about looking in the car engine? In the dark, you will be revealing things. Pile 1. You may be a mechanic or a technician. Maybe you're looking inside of computers, looking inside of cars, looking inside of people's mouths. You'll be examining, looking inside of machinery. looking inside of side of a system, right? And you'll be mending and fixing something. Okay, you'll be mending and fixing things. You may create, but I feel like it's going to come more from a place of maybe what you create. If you're writing something, it's going to be to the end of trying to, you'll be doing research and coming up with ideas to help people, to help solve a problem, or to help heal people, or to inspire people to do something, or to fulfill some type of need, or to teach something. Okay, well, if it's entertainment, then it's the type of entertainment that teaches people you'll be doing. Yeah, I feel like, it's going to be to fix, to heal, to improve something. You could be a mechanic. You could be an engineer. You could be a dental hygienist or a dentist looking for issues in people's teeth. You may be an executive who is fixing problems or reaching goals in the company. You may be a troubleshooting technician. You may be a person of authority who causes people to your job is to cause people to comply to something, comply with the laws, or comply. You may be a judge, a counselor. You may do something that requires research. You may be a content creator. You may be a writer, but you're doing your research and packaging something, putting information together, dealing with data. Interesting. Next, we got using routines. Repeat helpful actions daily. So you will have to stick by a certain clock. I don't get the feeling that you're just going to be doing whatever you like, doing it at your own time, like you call the shots on your schedule completely. There's going to be a certain schedule to keep up with. It could be a schedule based on your client's needs. It could be a schedule based on your body's needs. It could be a schedule based on what your boss is looking for, or what this company, or their hours. But it's going to be definitely set on a clock. I'm not getting like you can just do whatever hours you like. There's going to be a morning routine, an afternoon routine. You're going to get on a schedule, okay? All right. And even if, honestly, here's what I think. Even if you're working for yourself, you're an entrepreneur, something like this, you still have to create a schedule for yourself to be very effective. A modicum of schedule is called scheduling will do wonders for anyone who's creating or doing anything. We have wings, rising above money issues, business taking off, profit, career, spiritual work. Maybe I say something about a spiritual healer. Anyways, but you're gonna be following it says your passion, your life purpose. This is something your next job is going to be linked with something you've been doing a lot, something you've been something you feel called to, something you've worked hard on in your life, or that you really worked hard at the skill because you felt driven to get good at it, or you're inclined to do this thing, whatever it is. I'm getting also with the wings, like you got wings here, you got wings there. Like you could be like an angel coming to save someone or save something or elevate something. Okay, getting healing too, protection. You might be protecting someone or protecting something. We got business taking off, profit, rising above also. Okay, so I feel like this job is going to give you wings. This next job is going to give you wings in some matter or in some type of way. Okay. You're going to be able to fly above some of your problems that you've been having, or help them at the job to fly above certain problems they've been having. It will be your calling. I do feel like, this could be related to your next job, could be related to your calling or one of your callings. Okay. Next, we have courage. Ask what you are afraid of so you can overcome what's holding you back now. There are leadership opportunities for the taking. So pile 1. I feel like this is going to be a job where I feel like you're going to be doing something. You're going to be assertive. You're going to be taking charge and moving forward in a certain direction. You're going to be moving forward in a certain direction. You're going to be bold. I feel like what your next job, pile 1, is going to be something bold that you're doing. Something bold. You're going to be, you might be writing a book. And it's a book you've had in you for a long time. Or you creating some type of work. You're being guided by angels and by beings from another dimension. Honestly, that's for some of you to write this work. Okay, spiritual beings from another dimension are guiding you to write this work. It could be your spirit guides who are saying, "Yeah, that's right. Do it, Pile 1, do it." And you finally gonna have the courage to create this work of art, or this something you're doing, okay? Creative content creation, or something like this, or book, or tome, or script. And I feel like you're going to finally be like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be afraid anymore. Perhaps you used to be scared to do it, scared to do this work because this next job of yours, because maybe, I don't know why you would be scared of it. Maybe you'd be scared of having it laughed at, or having it be ignored, or having it be a waste of time, or having it, but it's something in you that you have to do, and you're going to be doing it, okay? Next, we have Dr. Dre. Listen to your inner voice. Exactly. There's an inner voice that's wanting to express itself, and you're going to be doing that, okay? So yeah, I feel like this next job, I feel you feel driven to do it, or feel driven to take this role, because it's going to put you ahead in some type of way. You know, like it's going to keep you at the cutting edge, right? Because, you know, if you think of Dr. Dre and that Beats, what is that? Hold on. Yeah, Dr. Dre and his Beats headphones, right? So I'm just getting like cutting edge technology, or like this idea that in this next job, it's like you'll be keeping your finger on the pulse of what is currently happening. It's not going to be an antiquated or outdated job. And I feel like maybe this is why you're drawn to it, or why you'll be drawn to it, or take the job, is because, you know, it's like you I don't know what it is about this thing. It's just like you'll be staying ahead of the curve in your career or your industry, okay? You'll be caught up in this next job. You'll be doing what is the wave of the future, or what is kind of like, you know, the thing to be doing, okay? Maybe that's why you'll be there. Next, we have I will not stop until I have the life that I want. Okay, yeah, so I feel like part one, you'll be doing this next job because you have a long range vision. There's a goal you're going for. That's what it is. And it's not going to be the job that you're going to be at for the rest of your life. This is a stepping stone. This job is a stepping stone, this next job. And it's going to be helping you to elevate, get to the next level, okay? Help you elevate to get above your current circumstances. So this could be overcoming financial problems. This job will be helping you do that. Or this job could be helping you advance your career. Or this job could be helping you, this next job will be helping you accomplish some type of calling that you always had, and you're now being brave in doing it, okay? So it's some type of job where you're like, I'm gonna get to the next step. I have things I have to accomplish. I have to push for. So that's why you'll be willing to sort of, yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. Let me keep going, and we'll put it all together at the end. We have having a variety of, diversification. Oh, having a variety of investments. Why is it important to diversify your investments? Diversification. We got stocks, we got a house, we got a computer, we got some coins, gold, silver. Putting your money in different things. Okay, so part one, I feel like this next job, it's going to be just one of the things that you're doing. It's not going to be your only source of income. Okay, you may have multiple ways that you'll be making an income. Perhaps your next job is going to be multiple jobs, or your next job, this particular job is going to be one of other jobs that you will have that's going to be bringing you money, or that are going to have value. Okay, this job could lead you to create a nest egg. We got a nest egg here that will allow you to diversify your portfolio when it comes to your resources, like buying some stocks, you know, buying that house, or making house payments, or investing in some type of passive investment that's making you money over time, like stocks, or maybe working on your side hustle, investing into your side hustle. Strategize, marketing strategy. Yeah, so it's going to be part of a strategy. This next job, part one, is going to be part of an overall strategy you're going to have, okay? It's not going to be your everything, okay? It's going to be part of a strategy you have to help you create certain results, okay? Perhaps you've been feeling like certain results are not coming fast enough for you, Pile 1. And so your next job is going to have to do with some type of strategy or plan you've put in place to help you overcome this sort of limiting circumstances and be like, okay, I get it. I'm not going to be stuck at this one job or this. I'm not going to be a one-trick pony. I'm going to have multiple things that I'm doing. And this next job, Pile 1, is going to be one of the multiple things that you're doing. Could be you'll be writing a book, but you'll have another job, or you'll be following some type of passion, right? That you're investing in while you do another job. Or it could be that you have a job, but as that money comes in, you're going to be diversifying the income and putting it in different buckets. Investment in a house, buy some stocks with some of them, invest in your main job, put money in the bank, or buy some sort of passive turnkey income. So your strategy is going to be diversifying. That's kind of why I'm getting a little bit like you're all over the place a little bit, Pile 1. Depending on who's watching, you may have 2 or 3 different things you'll be doing for your next job. Okay? You're staying ahead of the curve. You don't want to get left behind. That's the vibe. And you're doing whatever it takes to survive and to thrive too. That's what I'm getting. This is not just about survival, Pile 1. This is about, okay, I get it. They're not going to be giving me enough. They're going to act like they're the boss of me and all that. How can I overcome these circumstances? And I feel like what you're going to be doing is realizing, well, fine, I'll do this job, and I have this idea I'm going to diversify, and I'm going to be on the cutting edge, make sure I'm always relevant, you're really a master strategizer, Pile 1, and you're going to be working it. We got receipts. You may have to be purchasing things. I see you purchasing something to stay. You may be dealing with receipts. You might be an accountant for one of your jobs in the future. You may invest in your business, whatever it is you're doing. I see you may work as a waiter or a waitress on the side as a side hustle. I'm getting a side hustle vibe from this, Pile 1. As far as your next job, you're going to be having a main job and a side hustle. You may be a waiter, or maybe you may do DoorDash or on the side while you do some type of healing work for your other job, or creative work. You'll be investing, buying things you need to invest in your career, your chosen field, or your diversification strategy. Okay. Next we have the healer. Definitely getting a healing vibe for some of y'all. Your main job may be to be a healer of some type. Maybe a nurse, maybe a doctor. I got a dentition over there. Or a dental hygienist, or an examiner, or a dentist. Someone who works with, You'll be a healer. I feel like some of y'all, you're going to be a healer in your next job. I got that right away before I even looked at the cards. There's a flavor of it for some of y'all where you're going to be healing systems, healing people, healing something. You're going to be healing yourself too. Maybe you've been through a rough time in the past and you're trying to heal your career. You'll be healing your career for some of y'all. And I just pulled some flat out, just some job cards to just see what Spirit had to say as far as specifics on a career for some of y'all. Take everything I see here with a grain of salt. We have loan officer and registered nurse. So I see that for some of y'all, you may be a loan officer. I kind of got like accounting, maybe an accountant, or deal with money. For some of y'all, maybe you help people with money. You may be, okay, with the diversification, I'm getting that you might help people. You might be like a financial advisor. Okay, I'm getting that. Loan officer, financial advisor. Says you're making $63K a year. Just take that as it resonates, okay? Evaluates, authorizes, or recommends. See, evaluates, right? Authorizes or recommends approval of loan applications. We're getting that vibe earlier. Employed by commercial banks, credit unions, mortgage companies. Maybe helping people buy a house, a real estate agent, possible for some of y'all. You may have to be educated to do this job, or very knowledgeable or skilled, have learned and studied or gotten some type of certification. Mortgage loan officer. The next one I'm getting, which ties into the healing vibe, is registered nurse. Or just working in the medical field in some type of way. We keep getting that. Okay. I'm getting $73K a year, $63K a year. providing and coordinating patient care, educating patients and the public about certain things, which is tied into, writing certain documents, putting out certain types of information. You might work in a hospital, physician's office, home healthcare services, nursing care facilities. Yeah, I kind of got a healing vibe before, and it's coming through pretty strongly with this card here. Outpatient clinics, nursing, or just, caring for others, nurturing others in some type of way. It doesn't have to be strictly a nurse or strictly a loan officer. It's this type of energy, right? We have spiritual work. Yeah, I got spiritual healer as well. All right. It says here, open your heart to a spiritual career and heal. See? More healing. You're going to be an angel, like an earth angel, healing people in some type of way. It could be, like I said, physical, emotional, spiritual. Okay? Seeing that coming through as well. Fixing, healing this human spirit, or fixing, healing a system or a thing. Okay? All right? Your next job might require you to do some spiritual work as well. That's what I'm getting. Okay? You're going to have to be healing yourself in some type of way in your next job. Okay, in order to be, it says you're a light worker, in order to be good at what it is. Okay, you have to heal yourself. Oh my gosh, healing again. Okay, yeah. So, part one, you're going to be a healer of some type, maybe for your main job. And it doesn't have to be just with people. It could be with systems. Okay. It says your finances are healing quickly. Continue to do what's best, and you'll soon see great results. You have gained the energy that you need. I'm just getting your next job, part one, you're going to be looking closely at things. Looking closely at someone. Looking closely at the mouth. Look, we got a magnifying glass. We got you looking in a car engine. We got you looking in a dark cavern with a light. Okay? So you're going to be looking closely at things, inspecting things. You may be a doctor, a nurse, some type of medical professional. You may be just an LVN or an RN, or be, like whatever, like something to do with diagnosing, helping to diagnose and come up with solutions for something, helping to heal something. Okay, that's definitely coming through for some of you watching. Okay, maybe even a troubleshooting mode that you're gonna have to get into. All right. To help heal people. I mean, come on, registered nurse healing. We got the outfit. We got the dentist. Yeah, definitely. Clearly, for some of you, we got the wings, which is kind of linked with the caduceus. The wand of caduceus wand. The caduceus symbol, which is two snakes intertwined, which represents healing with the wings. So I'm just getting, you got that, the wings here, the wings there. So you might also be writing like health literature, or literature that helps people understand something about their health or healing. We have mentor. You may be a coach or a mentor to others, teaching things. You have experience in that field and therefore be able to sort of mentor others who are junior in that field. Your work, your teachings. You may be teaching something and it's going to inspire others. Okay, inspiration is a form of healing, We have conditioning. Have you accepted the illusory limits placed onto you by your upbringing and social conditioning? Okay. All right. Let's move on from that one. I don't really want to deal with that one. We have Bornite. Potential for success. Ooh. And so this next job you're going to be doing has a big potential for success. Part one. Okay. You're bringing value in some type of way. You're following your inner calling. Whenever you do so, there's always a good potential for success when you do so, because you're honoring your inner voice. We saw something about that. You're listening to your inner voice on this Dr. Dre card. It says you're listening to your inner voice through a premium speaker, always staying ahead. So you don't want to get left behind, part one. That's what's driving you in your next job. It says you're enjoying luxury. You're going to get some luxuries. This job is not going to be, the pay is not going to be so horrendous that you won't be able to enjoy some luxuries. Okay, you will. Untapped resources. Okay, so I just feel like you're going to be finally tapping into an aspect of yourself that you've been ignoring in your next job. Okay, it's like you're going to be unleashing a part of yourself that you were holding back. You're going to be brave and lean in, or and do this thing. Okay, it could be, like I said, writing out some idea you've been having for years. Maybe you're already a professional doing something, but there's an idea you've had for a side business that you've always held yourself back from. You're always scared to sort of take that leap, take that plunge, and you're finally going to be doing it, okay, in your next job. And that's what I'm seeing the cards for you, pile 1. If you enjoy this reading, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. I would love to hear from you about your chosen career. Let me know in the comment section. I love to chat with my members. And if the setup allows for it, please hype up this video. I would appreciate and love it. Take good care of yourself, okay? Bye! Welcome to your reading, pile 2. What will your next job be like? Let's move your number to the left. You ended up with a Cheetos bag. You ended up with Pisces, Virgo, and Aquarius. Okay, before I look, let me do a vibe check. So I'm getting kind of a relaxed vibe from your next job. Like, your next job is going to be, I feel like either it's going to be a very relaxing job, or it's going to be the type of job where you can, and it's not as high pressure, it's not going to be a high pressure job. Also getting that you'll be allowed to take breaks, relax, be yourself a little bit. I feel like it might be also very exciting. I feel like you'll find your next job very exciting. I feel like you're going to feel hyped. And your next job is going to make you feel hyped, make you feel, upbeat. It's going to give you energy. You're going to feel successful at your next job. You're going to be filled with vitality. You're going to find your next job like something about maybe your duties, your responsibilities, or the vibe, or the work atmosphere, or the people who work there. You're going to feel very attracted to your next job. You're going to feel attracted. It's possible that you will be able to save money at your next job, that you'll be able to put money away, put money in savings, It's going to be a stable job that protects you, okay, by bringing you abundance. It's going to bring you abundance, and this is how this next job is going to protect you. It's possible you may have doubts about it on the outset, but it will prove to be a very formal and stable type of job. I'm getting kind of a fun vibe, and then I'm getting a fun, relaxed vibe, and then I'm getting a stable, formal vibe. So it feels like you'll have the best of both worlds at this next job. You may be required to dress up nicely for this job. It's not going to be the type of job I feel like maybe sometimes it's going to be the type of job where you dress really well and dress professionally. But maybe there'll be like a relaxed, like a Hawaiian Friday or something like this. There might be like a certain day of the week where you're allowed to relax and just chill and show up, and maybe 4 days out of the week, this is just an example, you'll be required to dress formally. And then 1 day out of the week, maybe on Fridays, you'll be, the dress code will be more casual. This is just an example. Like, it's gonna have this type of a vibe where it's gonna give cut you some slack. This job's gonna cut you a little bit of slack, let you relax, or maybe even work from home a day or two. I feel like this next job is gonna pay you enough to be able to afford, little luxuries or little, extras on the side. Okay, let's take a look at your card. We got the 10 of Cups. Yeah, it's going to be a very harmonious place. You're going to get along with the people there. And it could be a family business, that's possible. Maybe that's why I was getting the vibe, like you'll be able to like kick back, relax. It's going to be a fun vibe where you can be able to take breaks. It's not going to be too much of a high pressure situation. You can be able to relax. Okay? I feel like this next job is going to be in harmony with how you are. Okay, how like your preferences and what you like to do. Okay, it might be a work from home situation. I mean, for some of you, it might be a situation where you're running a business from home, actually, where you get to relax, chill out, in the sense of you're surrounded by the comforts of your home, and creature comforts. You may be able to watch your kids. If you have kids, you'll be able to work this job and be at home with your kids. Or it's possible that this job will give you enough time that you'll feel like even if you have to go there to work, go to a building to work there, they're going to give you plenty of time off. They're going to allow you to maybe get off early, or, you know, this company is going to be about family values. They'll want their employees to have a happy home life, and be able to have enough time to create balance in their life and be able to give time to their kids, their family, their relationships. So I'm getting like an ethical vibe, or like a laid back or relaxed vibe, where, you know, things are going to flow very smoothly for you at this job, this next job of yours. It's going to be peace. It's going to be alignment. Okay. Next, we're getting the Chariot. Like I said, I got an air of success. I think you're going to be very successful at this job. You may have to drive there. It's possible for a lot of you. You may have to drive to this job, but you'll also be, it's not like you're going to be stuck there all the time. Okay. You're not going to be stuck there. You're not going to be, chained to your desk and all that. Okay. You're going to be able to get to your end of your work day and go home and have a decent amount of time left at the end of the day, and you'll spend the rest of your day happily at home. You will be successful. You will reach your deadlines. You will reach your goals at this company, at this next job. You may have to go on business trips. You may have to drive there, so you may be required to leave your home, either to drive to the office at least some of the time. Or I'm also getting like you may go on business trips. That's possible, to like business meetings, meeting up with the other branches or something. I do feel like you're going to be very successful at this next job, Pal 2. You're going to triumph there. Let's get more information. We're getting the Three of Wands. You're going to be able to expand at this job. You're going to be able to, like for instance, this next job, if you start off at a certain position, it's got room for growth. It's got room for growth. Okay. You may have to spend times where you're patient at this job. You're going to be looking ahead and planning at this job. Like you may be able to have the freedom to plan at this job, to plan to, climb up the ranks, or make plans to improve your standing at this company. Or it could be that you will be able to watch your position succeed. You'll be able to watch your ventures be successful. You'll have to wait and watch as things unfold. Okay, but I feel like there's going to be payoff. There's going to be rewards. Okay, you will have to apply your foresight to this position. So it's possible you will own a business of your own, where you're working it from home, so you'll be able to plan ahead accordingly. Order things, wait for your ships to arrive, or plant certain seeds and wait for the business to expand. You'll be able to see things happening across the horizon, symbolically speaking. So an example is, investing in your company or investing in your job by taking some evening classes or something. And that will lead to some type of either like promotion, or lead to you doing better at your job, or getting rewards for it at your job. So there's room for growth at this next job. Okay. It will require some patience, but there will be growth available for you there. If it's a business, then I see that you will be able to expand your business. You'll sit back and kind of, watch it, grow, and it'll make you happy. It'll make you happy, Pal 2. You're going to see progress at this next job or business that you'll be doing. And you'll enjoy it, because also it will be rewarding and will allow you time to be with your family. It will not get in the way of you. It will not remove you from your family and keep you isolated in a box or something like this. You're going to be able to have the best of both worlds. Oops. Next, we're getting oh my gosh, Pal 2. This luck is on your side with this next job. Luck will be on your side. It's like you'll be on a roll. Things will be moving. There'll be progress. You'll see movement. You'll see growth. Yeah, I feel like this next job, Pal 2, it's going to be like winning the lottery. Okay? things are going to be on a roll for you. You're going to be just noticing progress after progress after progress. And your waiting is going to be rewarded with wins, at this job. Your patience, your investment is going to be rewarded with reaching a turning point in your life in general, okay? I feel like this next job is going to usher in a new phase of your life, all right? You're going to be rewarded for your ambition. You're going to be rewarded for your focus with a lucky break, okay? If you were struggling before, you're going to be doing a lot better after this next job. This next job is ushering in a phase of good fortune and good luck. And possibly wealth, okay? That's what I'm seeing, all right? Let's move on to your next card. We have the Fool. Yeah, I feel like you're going to have no worries. You're going to have no worries with this next job. You're going to be taking certain risks, and those risks are going to pay off. I see you moving into a phase of your life where you'll be trusting, having more faith and trusting in your situation more. I feel that this next job that you're going to be doing is going to present you with the opportunity to take certain big risks. You're going to find it very exciting. I feel like your good fortune on how the job is going, you're going to be reaching a lot of your goals that you set up for yourself. You're going to reach them. You're going to reach certain goalposts. You're going to accomplish certain big things that you invested in. It's going to lead you to take even bigger and bigger risks. It's going to lead to the next chapter of your life, okay? A whole new beginning, okay? It's going to give you a whole new beginning. It's going to, I don't know, I just feel this sense of trust, and I feel this sense of spontaneity and having more faith in your situation than you ever had before. We have the Hierophant. I feel like this next job could lead you to be an employer of others. You might be an employer, or you become employed with a company that is big on their values. They have integrity. They treat their employees well. Your next job may be they'll provide training. They'll build you up. They will help you with your 401k. They will promote you and elevate you. That's what I'm getting, okay? And it doesn't even have to be an actual promotion. It could just be that this next job will elevate your status in life, elevate who you are, add to you. It'll add to you. It won't take from you. All it will require of you is discipline, focus, investment of your time and energy, and maybe even some of your money a little bit, possibly, especially if you own a business. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for this next job. Now, as far as what you will be doing, I'm getting like it could be a family business or stay-at-home opportunity where you are running some type of business yourself from home. Or you could be doing like a telecommuting job where you work from home. I'm getting that you might be an executive. I'm getting that you might have to travel a lot for work, get on the road a lot. I'm getting that it could be the type of job that maybe based on your past experience, they decide to take a chance on you and make you, say you used to be, maybe you used to be an assistant office manager, and you've done that for several years. Well, this next job will be like, you know what? We think you've got enough experience that we'll just offer you an office manager position. And we're just going to trust that you got it, and we'll train you and we'll move you in that direction. Since you have so much experience in that realm, we'll go ahead and take a chance on you. Yes. And it's like, it will be a big break. They'll give you a big break. Okay. So it could mean like a promotion or doing something you've never done before that's on a higher level than what you did in the past. This next job is going to be exciting. Maybe even something you've never done before. Yes. Something new. That might feel a little scary actually, but it will pay off because you're going to land in a position where either you're an employer of other people, so you may take a risk on a business idea, because I'm getting that with commerce, and waiting for your ships to come in. It's going to pay off big time, and this is going to allow you to become an employer of others. Your business will expand, and you'll be able to be successful enough to employ others. Yeah, wow. I'm also getting like if it's a situation where you're an employee, then I see that, you know, chances will be taken on you and you may be promoted. You may become like a financial advisor at your next job. I'm also getting for just a subset of you that you might be like a tour guide or someone who takes people on, you know, kind of like takes people through, you know, to explore certain regions of the world or something like this, backpacking or, you know, rock climbing, or go check out a new city. You know, like you be the type that they pay and say, hey, take me around, show me everything, take me to all the hot spots, and that'll be your job. And you'll find it very exciting because you'll be traveling, you'll be moving around a lot. Maybe this is something you really like. You'll be outdoors, you'll be outside, enjoying yourself. You may be a financial advisor. You may become a teacher. Your next job might be you being a teacher, where you're teaching or showing people how to do something, you know, or you could be a spiritual advisor, could be a counselor, might be a medical professional in the sense that you will be administering certain types of care or going off of certain traditions, certain cultivated knowledge that you are trained in, to advise you on how to treat this patient or that patient or this client or that client, or what they need, that kind of a vibe. Your next job might be going to school. Your next job might be just straight up educating yourself and making it. You'll make it to the end and graduate. Interesting. All right, let's move on to your oracle cards. We have strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. I do feel like a risk-taking element. Like it might be something you've never done before. I feel like this next job is going to require you to be brave. It's going to require you to do things you haven't done before. It's going to require you to stand your ground. You're going to be well equipped in this next job. You are. You're going to be equipped by your experience, your level of experience in life. You're going to be equipped with knowing how to slay any obstacles that come your way, that are trying to sort of limit you as you make your way, make progress. You're going to know how to slay or overcome them. You will know you will have endurance too. I feel like, you know, and this endurance, it's innate in you, pal too, okay? You're a strong person. At the same time, you've also built up a certain endurance in life. You've gathered certain life experiences, which are going to make you very powerful at this next job. This next job will equip you well, and you'll be equipped to take on this job very well, okay? You may face certain uncertainties in this job, but you will stand strong, okay? You will stand strong. And I do feel that you will be highly rewarded for it, okay? I am getting that there may be some travel required for some of you or most of you, okay? Or at the very least, the ability to look out for, the ability to do a good job, you know, of looking out for opportunities or looking out for dangers, you know, having foresight and knowing what to avoid, how to move, what's the next thing you need to do. Okay, next we have contracts, the fine print. You're going to be signing some type of contract. This next job is going to be, someone's going to be making a commitment to you, and you're going to have to make a commitment to them. I see an agreement here and a document. So you may have a business partner, or you will have an employer. You will have employees possibly, or you would just make a contract with a business partner. For instance, you may have a shop and you will have to make some type of agreement with this is just an example, okay? With a manufacturer or something. Someone who's going to be steadily providing you with certain goods that you will use for your business. And you will have to negotiate contracts. I feel like your next job may have to do with like being maybe like a loan officer or someone who helps people read the fine print, you know, possibly law, legal services. You may fight for people legally, okay? You may fight for people legally, like be a lawyer or something like this. Perhaps you'll be helping people sign contracts. You'll be signing people on or helping to deal with paperwork. You might be a loan officer. You might be a real estate agent. You might be, you know, a business owner who's signed a contract with a business partner or provider. You might help people negotiate the terms of contracts, help them read the fine print. Okay, let's move on. We have, oh, sorry, treasure. Oh my gosh. Pile 2. You're going to make bank on your next job. You're going to be well paid. You're going to have some type of, your business ideas are going to pay off. You're going to be recognized for what it is you do. You may get bonuses, commissions, and you'll be able to put money away. Your worries about money will go away. There'll be an excess. I do feel like you're going to get more than, this. I don't know what it is. Your next job. And, it could be that this next job is, maybe it would be a continuation of something you're currently doing. That's kind of like the vibe I'm getting too. Possibly. It's going to lead to money in reserve. It's going to lead to excesses. More than you might need to live or survive. More than what you need for your needs, right? You may become an executive, go into sales. I'm also getting sales. Yeah, exactly. And you might be selling, things to people or services. 3 of Wands is about planning, and we got planning right here. So your plans are going to pay off. You're going to help people plan. You might be an event planner. Also getting like, there's some type of talent that you have. I don't know what it is. Okay, next we have change. Oh my gosh, change on top of change. Oh my goodness. Pile 2, there's going to be some sort of victory. There's a life-changing, your next job is going to be life-changing, Pile 2. It's going to be life-freaking-changing. You're going to become wealthy. You're going to feel like you won the lottery. Things are going to change for the better. It says here, there's a change for the better coming your way. Embrace it. You may be working in the corporate world. You may go downtown or work in a big corporate building, a high-rise, and, you'll be an executive working and getting paid well, getting commissions, getting bonuses, or you'll just be moving on up. Things will just keep moving up. Wow. Incredible. Good job, Pile 2. Wow. Well, I really hope this comes to pass for you sooner rather than later. This is something you've been keen on seeing. That's what you're going to be getting. We got problem solving. Come up with creative solutions. So, there is a certain nature to this. There's a certain nature to this next job where your ideas are going to be important. They're going to be relevant. Your ideas is what's going to make this machine turn for you. Okay? You're going to have to be creative in some type of way when it comes to figuring out new things to take a risk on, new things to do, what else can I do? Exactly, right? You're going to be coming up with new ideas. Like, it's always going to be like, you're going to be an idea machine, Pile 2, at this next job. Okay, coming up with new approaches, new topics, new things. I feel like you're going to be taking certain risks, and those risks are going to lead to success. So, I don't know, I just keep getting, like, your ideas are going to be important here as far as which direction things should go, what should you invest in. If you're giving advice to others, your ideas about what should be done, or how certain things should be, how certain goals should be reached, or how certain problems should be solved is going to be really key here, okay? In your next job. We have tree. Financial growth. Oh my gosh, Pile 2. When I see this tree, I think money tree. You're gonna plant something. Something you planted is gonna grow and develop into a tree, and that tree is gonna come into fruition. You're gonna have big harvest. It's gonna lead to abundance. You may be working outside. Again, I got that. You may be working outside, depending on who's watching. Your next job is going to have you working outside. Maybe I say something about being a tour guide, or it could be a farmer even, planting certain plants that are very valuable. And this is going to lead to a rich harvest, a rich reward. Or just some ideas that you've planted are going to lead to you becoming so successful, your business becoming so successful that you employ others. I'm getting family business twice. This could be a family business. That could be your next job. You see, family business. You guys seen this? And family business. Look at that. So definitely getting that for some of y'all. There's going to be a business that you work from home, or you have a shop or a store that's family owned, or it could be your business, and it's going to do very well. It's going to do very well. Okay. You're going to be reaping a lot of the profits are going to come in sales, that kind of thing. Next, we have long term. It's going to be a long term situation, pile 2. A long term opportunity. It's not going to be over quickly. Okay. It's not going to be this job and then, all right, I'm done, on to the next thing. No, this is going to be the big adventure of your life, or one of the big adventures of your life. And I feel like it's going to be like a cycle, so it's not going to be a 1 year, 2 year, it could be a 10-year thing, it could be a 15-year thing, it could be a rest of your life type of thing. And also getting vibes like it could be a business that does so well and grows so big that eventually you're like, all right, you're going to get made an offer and someone will buy your business from you, and this will set you up for life. Like, creating some successful business to the point where someone's like, can I buy that business from you? How much would it take? And you're like, 10 mil or 50 mil or whatever. And you're like, boom, all of a sudden you're laughing to the bank and you're done with working for the rest of your life. You're done. You're set. Okay. I am getting that vibe for a few of you. Okay. You will make a commitment though. I do see a commitment's going to be required of you at this next job. Either you'll be signing a contract saying, I'll be doing this job for X amount of time. I will put this effort in and I will get this out of it. This is what I'll be getting. This will be my reward. I'll be getting 10% or whatever. This could be also like a contract. Like you may sign a contract that maybe it's because you're an entertainer, or there's some kind of valuable skill that you have that some company's going to be like, we really need you to do this for us. You're extremely good. We need you, pal, too. And you're like, and they're going to give you like a special contract. We'll pay you, plus we'll give you 20% of whatever revenue this brings in. You can have 20% of it. Like some kind of honorable position. But in exchange, a commitment is going to be required from you. Okay. You may also be like a headhunter. Someone who makes people sign contracts. Okay. You may offer loans to people, and it's going to bring you a lot, you or your company or your bank, a lot of rewards. We got Sergey Brin. Provide answers to all life's questions. Create a new verb. Let me Google that and get back to you. Could be a job where you got to use Google a lot. Okay. I feel like this next job, people are going to come to you for answers. People are going to come to you for solutions. They're going to have questions in life. They're going to come to you and they're going to want you to answer them, and you will do a brilliant job answering these questions. I feel like you're very skilled at something, or you're going to, due to your ambition and your discipline, develop these skills or develop this, I think you already bring it to the table, to be honest. I feel like you're just a very intelligent, very sharp person, and you're very good with ideas. Your name is going to become synonymous with some type of solution. Your branding is going to have to do with some type of solution for life's problems or a certain group of people's problems. You may work with computers. Okay. You may be like a computer programmer or an engineer. And you're going to be committed to whatever company or project that you're working on. How would my life change if I consistently showed up as my higher self? Money flows when I speak my truth with conviction. Oh my goodness. How to? There's something you already know. There's a knowledge you already have, a skill you already own, a talent that you were blessed with. And it's tied into your next job, okay? And it's like you already know something, and that thing is going to make you wealthy. It's going to make you wealthy, pile 3, pile 2. Mark my words, okay? There's just an abundant amount of signs of great wealth coming into your life as a result of what you know, your discipline. Okay? Look at this chest. Look at all these treasures and gold and pearls and, look at that. Look at the Wheel of Fortune. I know it's at the casino, but usually Wheel of Fortune implies good fortune, good luck. Okay, you'll be blessed. Changing for the better. Look at this money tree. Okay? Money flows when you speak what you know. with conviction. It could be also that you may become a podcaster or someone who you share certain truths. And it's invaluable. People need to hear this truth. People need to hear it. Part 2. And this is what's going to lead to your wealth as well. Your next job. Yeah, credit score. Yeah, so you can maybe fix up your credit. If your credit wasn't that great, I see that the kind of change you're going to be getting from this next job is that you'll be able to take this income, maybe pay off some debts and invest and all this stuff, and it's going to bump up your credit score. Your financial reputation is going to improve in this world, pal 2. Your financial reputation is going to improve vastly. Okay? You're going to be viewed by creditors and lenders as being a quality person to invest in, someone who pays back their debts, someone who's so wealthy they never owe people. Okay, you're not gonna be owing people. Part 2. Also, getting that you might be a financial advisor. That could be your next job, helping people clean up their credit, helping people change their lives for the better. Helping people change their habits, their spending habits. You might be a financial counselor. You might be a loan officer. You might even be like a marriage counselor. That's possible for just a few of you. You're going to be hiring people. Some of you may be hiring people. You're going to feel so overwhelmed with this good fortune, pile 2. For some of y'all, you're going to feel so overwhelmed that you will be overwhelmed with what you have to do. Money's going to be flowing in and you're not going to be able to handle all the work yourself. You're not. If it's a business, you're not. You're going to need help. You're going to hire someone because it's going to be overwhelming. And it may be that you use a virtual assistant even. It could be a virtual assistant that takes over. It might not even be a person, but you're going to need some type of help. You're going to get support. Okay? And you may also be that help. That could be your next job, is that your role might be to help people improve their situation. You might be a credit counselor, a credit repair counselor. Definitely getting like financial vibes off this pile 2. Yeah, it might be in the working in the financial industry. That's your next job. Next, we have multitask. I told you, you're gonna have a lot that you're doing. You're gonna have a lot that you're doing, but you're gonna get to be around your family. So I'm getting this work from home vibe. Where there might be days that you work from home. You got the parents with the kids here. You know, that's not gonna be disrupted. You're gonna look. The woman's working from her desk, being professional, and there's a baby in the background going, "Mama, Dada." Okay, so. I just feel like the world's gonna be an oyster. You're gonna be able to have it all. If you are a parent, you're gonna be able to be with your parents. Be with your kids. I'm sorry, and be responsible to your kids and take good care of your kids, while becoming a success in the business world. While becoming a success, your career booming, flourishing, doing well. That's gonna be your next job. Okay. Next, we have the wealthy woman. Oh my God. Oh, pile 2. Who are you? You're going to be wealthy. Man or woman, whoever's watching, you are going to be a wealthy person. That's your next job and I'm getting CEO vibes. I'm just telling you now straight up. I'm getting CEO vibes. I'm getting entrepreneur vibes. I'm getting high-level executive vibes. I'm getting someone who has made the right career choice vibes, okay? Choosing the kind of career that is very rewarding financially, okay? Oh, we got these coins, cash, crown cards, which are specific jobs. So this is a May. It'll tell you specifically what you might be doing, and so this is just a May, okay? We have information security analyst. Yeah, I said something about computers. I did get that. Like you might be like a computer expert. Look, landing on top of Sergey Brin, who is an American computer scientist who co-founded Google. Okay, so I'm getting computers. Some of y'all might be computer engineers, or you might work for financial companies. You might do security. You might be a cybersecurity expert, computer science, or just some type of professional certification. You may have some type of professional certification that puts you in an industry where they're paying well. And I know there's a lot of AI stuff now making it a little harder, but I feel like this might be a branch of making it a little harder to find a good job in the computer industry at this time. But I just feel like you're going to pick a field. This is going to be a field where, I'm getting cybersecurity or data analyst, where it's going to be a field. It says $100,000 a year as this salary. So this, just take all this with a grain of salt, of course. But it's going to be a high income, possibly in the six figures, working for computer companies or doing network administration or protecting the organization's computer networks and their systems, or analyzing data, or just security, cybersecurity, you know. Next we have stylist, hair and makeup. Okay, so some of y'all might be into hair. Maybe you have your own business from home where you take clients there. You do people's hair at your house, or you have a small shop that you paid for. Okay, a shop that you paid for, that you rent, you invested in, and your clients are just going to be, I mean, you're going to have so many clients. People are going to come in. They're going to love the work you do. You're going to be doing very well. So it could be, maybe it's not hairstylist. It could be a makeup stylist. It could be some type of shop that you set up where people come in for certain services to maybe to beautify themselves or to, you know, maybe fix something. Or so if this resonates, then it's probably you. It's probably kind of in the neighborhood of what you're going to be doing as far as specifics is concerned. I'm getting financial too, though. I kind of got like, you know, in the finance industry. Okay. Also, we have wealth. Oh man. Okay, guys, I gotta tell you, okay, this is crazy. Like, I just shuffle the cards, man. I mean, I get meditative and I shuffle. I ask the questions, the spirit, I dial in, I tune in. And this is just what came out for you in your cards, which tells me there's resonance here. We're seeing wealth everywhere. Abundance everywhere. Wealthy, wealth, financial growth, abundance. This is about a big fortune, wheel of fortune coming in. Money flows, long-term security. Look, treasure. Don't forget that one. Worry-free finances. You won't have to worry about money, Patu, at your next job. You will not have to worry about money. Okay, let's move on to your next set of cards. We have learner. So you're going to be learning some things. I know I said this might be a new type of career. I think I mentioned that. You're going to be taking a risk and trying something new. Maybe getting a certificate or learning some new type of knowledge. Or studying on your own. You may be self-taught. And this new skill and knowledge is going to enhance your efficiency. Okay? You can be really good at it. You can be a good student. You can be a good learner. Objective. And it's going to help you reach your aims. So there's some knowledge you're going to be learning. Okay? That's going to help your new job be successful. Or some knowledge that you have learned. It's going to be based on something you learned. Okay? Your success is going to be based on the knowledge that you have. Either already and then building on it in the future. Building on what you know. It says here, reaching your dreams. Okay, you'll be achieving your goals. And it's like, you're just going to be like one goal after another. You get that one, then get this one, then get that goal, then reach this goal, then reach that goal. So you keep getting finish. You know, finish line after finish line until you hit the bullseye. That's the energy that's coming through for you. Next, we're getting Aragonite. Boosting your income. You see? Organizing your finances. So if your finances were kind of a bit all over the place before this next job, it's going to, this next job is going to allow you to accrue a certain amount. It's going to help you organize your finances to where things are chef's kiss. Okay, looking beautiful. You're going to be making good financial decisions. You might be a financial advisor. Your next job. Okay, back to that again. So just take it as it resonates. See which fits your energy the most and pick that or lean in. Your intuition is at work here too. Whatever money you make is going to improve your life vastly. Improve your financial picture. Things are going to look rosy for you. Your credit score is going to go up. You know, and it's all because you're going to be honoring some talent, some truth that is innate to you. and maybe building up on it with certifications, some type of training. But it's going to be you all the way, Patu. This is not put on. This is not a fake thing where you're trying something out and let's see how it holds. It's going to be innate to you. So it could be a business idea from home. It's going to boost your income. Wow. Wow. I see independence too. You know, I see a woman standing strong by herself. A woman standing strong by herself. It's not necessarily about gender. It's just that idea. Someone's able to stand strong and walk on their own. No one's going to be owning you, Patu. Okay, with this next job, I feel like you'll be respected as a force to be reckoned with on your own. And I'm not saying you won't. I think you will have assistance, because with 3 of Wands, you'll have reliable allies for sure. But the reason they'll be reliable is because they'll be able to trust you. They will see that you do know what you're talking about. They will see the success you're bringing in, and so therefore they'll be standing strong by your side. So I'm not trying to say, you know, we don't need anybody. I'm just saying that you will be trustworthy and the type of person people want to lean on. Okay, doing very well. And I'm just getting like, you know, for some of y'all, you might eventually reach a point where you're like, you know what, I'm good. I can go solo here. You know, in I don't know, in some aspect of your life, could be, it could be maybe after you sell off the business or something, and then you become a millionaire, self-made, never having to work again. Or it could be maybe there's a situation where you were sort of tied in with an employer or a partner who wasn't treating you correctly, and when you are successful, you'll be able to stand strong on your own. You're not going to need to rely on people who are not treating you correctly. You're not going to need that. You won't have to sacrifice your sense of self. You won't have to sacrifice your morals, your ethics, your standards. You get to that point where it's like you'll be calling the shots. Wow. Good job, Patu. And that's what I'm seeing the cards for you, Patu. If you enjoy this reading, please give it a thumbs up if it resonated. And please, I'd be curious to know exactly which one of these elements is called, you know, did you feel strongly tied to? Let me know in the comment section, okay? Thank you again, Serena R, for making the suggestion. I hope you enjoy this reading. Be sure to hype this video up if you can. I appreciate it. I don't know what that would mean. Maybe that feature will not be available since it's a members only video, but check anyway. Take good care of yourself, okay? And good luck, and I'm really happy for you that you enjoy this new beautiful future that lies ahead for you with your next job. Bye. Welcome to your reading, Pile 3. So what will your next job be like? Let's move your number over to the left here. You ended up with this Yogini, or female yoga master or some type. Maybe she's just a woman doing yoga. You ended up with Leo, Taurus, and Sagittarius. Okay, so we have... Okay, let me just do a vibe check. Okay, so your next job, Pile 3. You may be an instructor of some kind. Yeah. You may be an instructor. You may be maybe a fitness guru. You may work at a gym. I'm also getting like that you, and if it doesn't resonate, just leave the rest for others and we'll keep going. It's a big reading. It's a lot of energies coming through. I can feel it. I'm also getting like this job, your next job, allow you to feel relaxed. Okay. Perhaps you could maybe teaching people how to relax. Maybe you'll be a therapist, or you'll be someone who brings relaxation into people's lives. You know, feelings of relaxation. Could be that you will be maybe someone who, you might be a yoga instructor. You might be someone who decorates, you may be a flower. You may work at a flower shop. You may sell spa scent items, relaxing products. You may teach people skills. You might be a therapist who teaches people how to relax their bodies, breathing techniques. You might be a spiritual counselor. I'm getting a strong sense of spirituality. Let me be very honest with you here. Like a spiritual coach, possibly. You know, inner peace is a theme here. Sense of freedom. So I do feel also like whatever job it is, if it's not these jobs I've highlighted, whatever job it is that you're going to be doing, it's going to bring you a lot of inner peace. Okay, it's going to make you feel like a breath of just pure serenity. You're going to feel a sense of freedom. Perhaps you'll be the master of your own schedule. No one will be the master of your schedule. You'll be able to say, I want to work in the morning from this hour to this hour, and in the evenings from this hour to this hour. I want to have an extra long lunch. whatever. I just feels like you're going to be in complete control of your schedule, or in control of, if for instance, like you might be the boss, you might be the entrepreneur, someone who gets to sort of craft how things are going to go. You may be doing a line of work with your next job that makes you feel almost like you're doing nothing, like you're just being yourself and doing whatever you like. You might be someone in your next job, someone who has to use their imagination a lot, someone who inspires others, tunes into others' emotions, or tunes into your own emotions to help you maybe be creative. You might be a creative at your next job, creating things that come from your imagination, inspired by your imagination, inspired by your emotions, what you're feeling that day, what you're feeling from your client. You might also be like a relationship counselor, because I'm getting like love vibes, relationship vibes. You might help people heal their relationships, or help people understand each other, bridge the gap between man and woman, or just male energy and female energy. I'm getting that you might be a person of faith in your next job. You might be a priest, a priestess, pastor, someone who teaches certain wisdom, or who cultivates a certain type of wisdom and passes it on to others. Truth. You might be about getting to the truth of things, or getting people to understand something about life on a deeper level. Helping people get the behind the truth of something. You might be, for instance, you might be an investigator who brings people peace of mind because you go digging and find the information, or maybe you may be a researcher who goes to dig up facts about something that makes everyone, including yourself, understand the reality of what is going on. This might be an aspect of your next job. You'll be bringing people peace too. That's what I'm getting. And it'll be a peaceful job, maybe not a raucous job where you're like hustling and I gotta go. It's going to be a relaxing vibe. Maybe you'll be working in a very relaxing environment too. Maybe the place of work that you'll go to job with next will be in the middle of a forest or something. Maybe your company that you will work at will have a big building, but it's going to be surrounded by trees and nature and peace inspiring, like a Zen vibe in the architecture all around. Let's take a look at your tarot card. We got the Ace of Cups. You're going to love it. It has to do with your emotions too. You're going to love your next job, pile 3. What does it say here? It says Dundee's, True Fulfillment, and Joy Award. See? You're going to feel good about this next job. I feel like you might get do really well at this job. You might get an award of some type. I feel like you might be a bit of a golden child at your next job. You're just going to be like shiny. People are going to look at you as either like you're going to be a star employee, or there's something about your job. It's like when you come in, people can be like, there goes Paul 3. Paul 3's coming to work. It's like when you come in, it's like you're the star employee in the sense that you shine when it comes to certain skills that they're looking for at that job, whatever it is. Like you're like either the best at it, or you stand out in the way you do your job, and it's like you're making a name for yourself. You're gonna love it, and I feel like it's gonna be about your reputation. Okay, you're gonna have a good reputation. People are gonna love you. People are gonna love you at your next job, Pot 3. Wow, I wonder what you'll be doing. Let's take a look at your next tarot card. We have 9 of Cups. Exactly, you'll be making people happy in some type of way. You'll be fulfilling people's wishes. Okay, this could be, remember I said something about possibly a counselor. You might be a marriage counselor. I feel like you're going to bring people together, help maybe marriages succeed. You might be a good mediator, helping 2 parties reconcile. It doesn't have to be a marriage. It could be like just, maybe you'll be a resolution, you'll be a resolution expert or something. Someone who helps, a conflict resolution expert who helps 2 parties come together, find a happy medium, compromise, and help 2 parties understand each other. Okay, because you'll have the intuition, you'll have the emotional intelligence to be able to help people connect with each other. Okay, I feel like this next job is going to, I don't know, I feel like it's going to ring all your bells, pile 3. It's going to ring all your bells. Everything on your wish list is going to be hit with this job. You'll get to be able to spend time with your family. It'll be in full harmony with who you are, what your actual talents are. That's what your next job is going to be like. Okay. Next we have temperance. I see that you're going to be a mediator, pile 3. You can be a mediator of some sort. You may be someone who plays the role, someone who plays the role of a middleman, okay, or middlewoman, between one party and the next. Definitely getting that vibe very strongly. Your next job might have something to do with emotions, relationships, love, your spirituality, or your intuition. Okay, you may be a psychic, you may be a therapist, you may be a counselor, you may be someone who reconciles differences. You may be someone like in the business world who tries to help people come to good terms on both sides. You might be a real estate agent, basically forming a union between a buyer and a seller, helping to smooth and get that arrangement going, and it'll flow naturally with you. This is something that is going to come naturally to you, pile 3. If you are a psychic, then maybe you will be a conduit between spirit and people, or between God, the divine God. If you're into a role where you're a priest or priestess or a pastor, you're like a middleman between divinity and the congregation, right? Broadcasting certain messages for their spiritual sustenance, if you will. Okay. I see that you will dress well for your role, or you'll accessorize very well. Let me see. What's it say here? Word search. Okay. You might be very good with words. You may use words to express how you feel to others. For a small percentage of you, I feel that your next job may just be being a wife. For a few of you, I feel like your next job is just maybe to be a stay-at-home wife or stay-at-home spouse of some kind, okay? Where your job is going to be, maybe you view it as, love and being a wife. It might be like a trophy wife or something, or a trophy husband, or I don't know. Probably a trophy wife. I see you making sure that you follow the counsel of a wise mentor for your relationship to help bridge the gap and make your relationship work well. We have the 10 of Wands. Okay. I feel like at your next job, you're going to be helping people negotiate the work that they do. Okay. You're going to be helping to alleviate the stress from others. You'll be very good at delegating. I feel like you're going to be good at saying, okay, well, I'm not going to take on all of this by myself. I'm going to, like, for instance, let's go with the stay-at-home wife scenario. If there's some kind of issues in the relationship, you're going to be delegating to saying, okay, well, we need resolution. So I'm going to have a therapist help us with that. I'm going to have our church pastor help us with this, to help us understand this. Or if you are doing a certain line of work, you're going to be able to get an assistant or someone to help you, who's going to be very happy to help you, by the way, I must say. And you're going to be like, okay, I need you. I can't handle all this on my own. There's going to be a lot of work to be done. Pile 3, okay, at this next job of yours. But you're going to be able to find someone, a very happy assistant. Could be AI, could be virtual, but could be a person too, who you'll be like, all right, I need you to do this, 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 and this. So that will relieve you. I see a sigh of relief and just you being like, just massaging your face and letting all the stress leave your body and letting others, help you, letting others do, carry some of the load for you. Okay. We got the Ace of Wands. Okay. It could be a business that you start. It could be something that you could be an entrepreneur. That's possible, like a business that you start. It could also be a type of job where it's something you're very passionate about, something that that fills you with energy. You're very inspired by what you do. You're going to be very enthusiastic about it, whatever it is you do. If it's a relationship, I feel like, it's going to be a very passionate relationship where, let's get more information. Next, we're getting number 17, the star. Wow. So, pile 3, I feel like with your next job, it's going to be peaceful vibes all around. I'm telling you, if there's anything that is overburdening about it, there's someone there who's going to be ready. It's like, it's a solvable problem. It's not a problem where you're going to be stuck and doing the lion's share of the work and all this. No, people will be there to help you. I feel like if you have a spouse, they're going to be relieving you of some of your duties, so you're not doing it all on your own. I'm just getting like, you're not going to be stuck by yourself dealing with things, okay? I feel like there's just this idea that there's just going to be relief, serenity, healing, okay? Now, I do think that you're going to be helping people heal, too. You may be a healer at your next job, someone who helps people heal emotional issues, possibly someone who helps people heal health issues as well. Maybe people who, you could be working at a rehabilitation center, okay, helping people overcome like addictions, or helping rehabilitate people who are overburdened, or who are overburdened by trauma, or overburdened by disease or illness. You might be helping people like this deal with things, help them overcome, help them heal, help them beat addiction, even help them transition, right? So this could be like a hospice care even. That's possible. Or just mainly, and that's just for very few of you, I'm just getting like your next job is going to be one where you're bringing in feelings of satisfaction. You're helping to promote well-being and good feelings. If someone's overloaded, overstressed, overburdened, overwhelmed, that's going to be relieved, If there's friction, you're going to be coming in there and helping to grease the wheels and create harmony. You're going to be helping people fulfill their wishes. We got the wish card here, 9 of Cups. We got the big wish card. This is the, minor arcana wish card. This is the big arcana wish card, the star. So, I'm also getting part 3 that this next job is going to be your dream come true. It's going to be what you always wanted to do. Period. Okay? It's going to be your calling. It's going to be what you were put on this planet, on this earth to do. Okay? What you're here in this dimension to accomplish. Okay? It's just going to be perfect for you. Perfect. Pile 3. Okay, I hope I said pile 3 earlier. I meant to say pile 3. Let's move on to your oracle cards. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. Exactly, counseling. That's what I was picking up on. You're going to be some type of counselor, your next role. Okay. Maybe you could be counseling couples or counseling individuals. You could be just, maybe it could even be a podcast, honestly. It doesn't even have to be one-on-one. It could be a situation where you just say words of healing, words of inspiration, words of advice. You may be the kind of person people go to talk to about their problems, and you're just the perfect empath. You're very empathetic to what's going on. And so maybe you were born an empath. And so, whatever line of work you're going to be doing next is going to be perfectly tailored to this. And this is what you're going to be doing. Okay. You're going to be helping those who feel small, helping those who feel like, people who need to be boosted. Okay. You're going to be perfectly cut out for this. All right. We got marketing, social media, business card. Yeah, social media. Remember, I mentioned something about a podcast. So it could be a podcast. Hey, it could be a YouTube channel. Or it could just be some sort of social media presence where you put out wisdom. I see that you might get clients based on this job that you do, where you're putting out, you may get clients. You may book appointments with people, and this is how you promote yourself, is through maybe this podcast, or maybe through this newsletter, or articles that you write online, or a vlog or something. It could be a book. You might be writing a book on how to be emotionally fulfilled. That could be your next job. And based on that, it'd be marketing basically for your talent in helping people come to a place of feeling fulfilled, a place of feeling satisfied with their lives. Okay, content. Interesting. Okay, let's move on to your next. We have pile 3 for you. We got ornaments. It's making me think of Christmas. Your next job may be coming sometime around Christmas. or maybe beginning around Christmas, or be in the full throes around Christmas or the winter season of this year or next. It's going to be extra money, this job. It's going to be money on top of what you already have. I feel like you may already have some type of, maybe a main source of income. Just take it as it resonates. If you don't have another job, and your next job is going to be your main job, then it's going to be your main job. But for some of you, I'm getting that you may already have a source of income. Maybe you have someone maybe you may have a partner who already makes good money. This will be extra money being added to your money. Or it could be a side gig or a side hustle, something you do on the side in the evenings. Something you've been investing in that's going to mature. And it's going to lead to you celebrating successes for others. I'm also seeing like medals. I feel like you're going to be recognized for this in some type of way. What you do in your next job. You could be in retail. Okay, helping people, linking people up with the kind of products they want to, when you walk into the department store or whatever, and then the assistant or whoever's the person who's on the floor comes to you and says, may I help you with something? What kind of product are you looking for? Maybe I could help. I just feel like you're the type to tune into what the customer wants, what the client wants, and move them in the direction that they actually want to be going, so they're not wasting their time, so they're not frustrated. We got beauty. You might be doing makeup for people to help them feel good about themselves. Hair, you might be doing hair. This could be something, this job you could be doing well into retirement years. Okay, this next job is going to be something you're doing into your retirement years. You're not going to, or it could be after you retired from your main career. This is something you're going to be doing as it's going to be kind of like part-time, or something you do for fun, or something that you're like, now that I've worked that 9 to 5 and I'm done with it, I'm retired from that, this is what I actually wanted to be doing, and it's not going to be a big deal about whether you're getting a ton of income from it just yet, because you'll have money saved up, or you have, you have a 401k or something like that. Just take it as it resonates, leave the rest for others. Or you could be working on this next job as something you're planting the seeds, so that when you get to your retirement years, this will be the thing that you will be doing full time. And by then you have planted the seeds all those years, so it won't be like you're starting off as a noob after you're retired. You'll be well into it, and it will be just a natural progression of next phase of your life. Wow, beautiful. We got teacher. Yeah, that makes sense actually. So some of you could just be, your next job could be teaching. Okay, I definitely feel like, what a counselor does, what a therapist does, is they teach you skills, right? How to cope, listening skills, empathy skills, conflict resolution skills, stress management skills. You have the ability to motivate others to strive to uncover their true potential. I'm getting coaching vibes as well. Maybe a coach. Your next job could be to coach or mentor people on how to deal with the stressors, how to reduce your stress, and how to maybe how to work properly, work in a way that doesn't overwhelm. Work smart, not hard. Perhaps there's something you've learned a lot about. You're really good at it. You're very experienced in it. And so you're going to be teaching people in your next job how to do this thing. Maybe you have a successful marriage and you want to teach people how to do this. Or you did a successful business and you retired from it and you want to teach people how to do this. Or you learned how to do something very well and you want to teach people how to become as good as you. Or you just have a lot of wisdom because of this. Maybe you worked in a certain field or career, and then, now you're going to teach people how to be successful in that field or career. We have clarifying instructions. Make sure you understand the task. Repeat the instructions in the back. Yeah, you'll be giving instruction. Pile 3. You'll be teaching. Yeah, you'll be teaching. Or you'll be administering something. It could be that you'll be administering knowledge to this person, administering healing, administering instructions, administering wisdom, administering perspective, or administering assistance of some type, so that people don't feel overwhelmed. You want to teach them how to smile when it seems like there's a lot going on. Teach them how to, hey, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Listen to me. This is you, right? Pile 3, telling the person, hey, it's not so bad. I know it feels like a lot, but here's where your wiggle room's at. Here's what you can do. There is joy in your situation. Let me show you. I just feel like you're there to uplift. You're there to help people. You might be a teacher, but you'll be a great teacher. Pile 3, you make learning fun and easy. Okay, you know, you make it very, very, very accessible. Okay, so you must be a great teacher, Pile 3. You're very talented. You know how to talk to people. You know how to bring joy to people. You know how to make something that seems difficult, you know, be easy, be lighter, feel lighter. We have Skull. Rough patch, borrowing money, low on cash. Okay. So I'm getting Pile 3 that, yeah, when I see the Skull, I'm getting... Remember I said something about hospice care? Got that with the Star card. Ten of Wands, there might be some health issues leading up to... You know, Ten of Wands is the fullness of the energies. Can't take it anymore, you know. It could be the end, you know, for a few of you. So you're helping people do this peacefully, transition peacefully. Look, it says hospice. You see that? Now, you could be a healer as well. Just a straight up healer. Okay? Someone who helps relieve stress. Someone who helps people. I'm getting mental health. Okay? It could be physical health as well. It could be physical. But I'm getting mental. I'm getting emotional. I'm getting spiritual healer. Okay? And I'm also seeing helping people who have hit a rough patch, okay, in life. They may be going through bankruptcy, or maybe they lost someone. They're healing, trying to help heal people's trauma, help heal people who have hit bottom, rock bottom. Maybe like it could be like substance abuse, people, you know, like, you know, drug addicts and stuff. You might be helping with this. You know, you might be doing intervention, possibly. Also getting that it's almost like you're not, this is, your next job is almost going to be like no work. It's almost going to be like no work, you know. You won't view it as work. Okay, there's this vibe I'm getting, like it's just going to be life. Your next job is going to be being a spouse, helping to make help your spouse feel better when they're stressed at work. Taking time, you resting, you relaxing, you rejuvenating, you having your downtime, you being there for others sometimes because you're emotionally available because you're so well taken care of. You're emotionally available to help others if they're being down in their luck. So you'll be there to sort of help people feel better. You know, maybe this will lead to some type of employment or lead to some type of line of work where you are, you know, where you can help people, maybe book some appointments here or there, but it's not going to be critical that you use this to survive. This next job is not going to be, it's not going to be about, oh my God, I pay my bills, oh my God. It's not a hustle mentality. That's not what I'm picking up, Pile 3, this next job. It's more like it's extra money on the side, or I'm getting that you may be a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad, teaching your loved ones and not in a non-stressful environment. Or if you are a teacher, then your job, if you lost your job or whatever, or they laid you, it wouldn't matter to you because maybe you have money stashed somewhere, you got a partner who makes good money. I don't know what it is, but it's just this low stress vibe is going along with your next job. I also feel like your next job, you may be reinventing yourself. You may be going through a phase of, you know, where you spent your years doing a certain type of career. Your next job is going to be about, you know what? I've done that career, that hustle 9 to 5 where I just wanted to make money, show that I could hang, I could be in the corporate world, I could do this, I could do that. Your next job is going to be about honoring your calling, honoring the line of work that feels easy, natural, flowing, organic, in tune with the universe. Not about the money, about what favors my peace. What favors doing good in the world, okay? Not cutthroat, none of that, okay? About nurturing the future generations, about healing human souls, you know, and doing it without a concern for, I gotta get paid. It's not about that, okay? It's about karmic work that you're doing. Actually, your next job is going to be good for your spirituality. Your next job is going to give you good karma. Next, we have cutting ties, okay? Yeah, exactly. I got the skull and I got the scissors. You're going to, you know, your next job is going to be a different type of job than the one you had before. If you used to work in a corporate field or do something else, this next job is going to be different from what you had done in the past. Okay? This next job is going to be about you be burning a bridge and going with grace, okay, into a new field, a new line of work, okay? I feel like you're going to be the boss of your own time, too. You're going to be the boss of your own time. We got Martha Stewart. I feel like like you might also help people cut ties with things that aren't good for them. That could be one of your roles, your next job. With Martha Stewart, we got be a life support system. Exactly. You're going to be helping support people's well-being in some type of way. You may be in the food industry. You may do makeup to help you feel good. You may do haircuts, do hair. You may make beautiful pastries or like yummy little treats that people love to eat, that puts a smile on people's faces, okay? You may be a homemaker, getting that too. Like you may just be the type that, you focus on your home, you focus on keeping your husband happy, you focus on keeping the home front looking great, you focus on taking care of the child, your child, you focus on spring cleaning, says here spring cleaning. You may have a cottage industry, maybe something you do at home. There's low stress, it doesn't have to be bringing you a 6-figure income right away. No. You're doing it because it's a natural talent and you're supported in it as you do it, right? That's one story coming through for your next job. Your next job could be that you own a bakery shop or you own some type of, maybe a restaurant, or maybe you make some type of food at home. It could be tamales or something. And you go ahead and sell it on Nextdoor or this neighborhood app where you sell it to your neighbors or something. And they're like, ooh, have you tried they're going to tell themselves, have you tried Pal 3's yummy cakes? Whatever, you want some, you go to our neighbor, she'll hook you up. She's really good. I'm getting cottage industry. I'm getting like, word of mouth, type stuff, down home, staying at home, a home vibe, a comfortable or comforting vibe. Do the flowers not bloom to their greatest capacity? Do the trees not reach to touch the sun? I allow myself to burst out into this world with zero hesitation. Exactly. You're going to be yourself. You're going to be being yourself, Pile 3, in this next job with no, unapologetically. Okay? No apologies. You're going to be yourself. You don't have to explain a thing to nobody. Okay? Soul money. I'm cultivating the environment to nourish my growth. This is about you. It's going to be about what makes you happy, Pile 3. Okay? It's going to be about, does this make sense for me? I'm giving myself permission to unfold to my fullest. I'm giving myself permission to unfold to my fullest. So no more holding yourself back, Pile 3, in your next job. No more setting something that's natural to you aside in favor of trying to make money or something like this. You're done with that. You're done with that with your next job. With your next job, it's all about who am I truly? I'm going to let that fully bloom and let whatever nourishment I'm supposed to get through that, let that come in, okay? And receive the healing or give the healing, be myself fully, and let that be where I operate from, okay? That's going to be your next job. Whatever the truth of that means to you, okay? Next, we're getting revenue minus expenses. Steven started an online store that averages $60 in daily revenue and $20 in daily expenses. His average daily profit is $40. Profit, okay. Yeah, I'm getting like a mom and pop shop or like a cottage industry type stuff where you spend money doing something, right? You spend money doing something and then you receive a profit or some sort of reward for it, okay? And it's something that makes people happy. Oh my gosh. Pile 3, your next job is going to be about bringing people emotional comfort, putting a smile on people's faces, okay? Making people happy, okay? And making yourself happy, okay? And, somehow packaging this, investing in it a little bit, packaging this and getting something back for it. And this is how you create some extra money. There is some money that's going to be coming in through it, for sure. I don't think it's going to be like a full-on income with insurance packaging and all this. I don't think so. Maybe it is for some of y'all. Maybe it is. It just depends on how big it gets. And we'll get more information as we go along. Get some clarification. But people are going to be happy to receive this product or service that you're putting out. Pile 3. It's going to be very valued. Okay? We have Oh my God. Guys, you seen this. Meditate. Talk about spirituality. Practice meditation to connect deeply with spirit. Visualize your next steps. Then take inspired action towards your goals and dreams. Look, we got a woman meditating here in the tree. It's not a tree pose. It's the cross-legged yoga pose. This is it's like a hip opening pose. It could be the lotus pose, lotus in the yoga. And we also saw it in your object, right? Look at that. You may be a yoga instructor. bringing people peace. You may be a meditation instructor. You may be a spiritual instructor, teaching people how to be spiritual, teaching people how to, I'm getting that also with a star, right? The star is about hope, faith, healing, spirituality, serenity. You'll be bringing people peace of mind. You'll be bringing yourself peace of mind. Your job, your next job is going to be the type of job that you help, you channel who you are naturally. You're productive in helping heal souls, helping do something that has an impact on the human quotient, and that gives you time to meditate, gives you time to connect with universe, source. Wow, I'm getting retired vibes. Like you might be retired. Your next job could just be what you're doing in your retirement. And it's a very low pressure type of situation. Okay. Next we got micromanage. You're gonna get your next job is gonna give you the space to be able to see things up close. Yeah, see things up close. Zoom in. Get a good look at your life. Get a good look at the state of your spirit, the state of other people's spirit, the state of other people's being, their well-being. You're not going to be skimming the surface in your next job, Pile 3. You're going to be going deep. Okay? Depth is very important in your next job. You know, when you think about meditation, that's going deep. We're going into deeper levels of consciousness. We're going deep into a state of samadhi. We're going, delving into your subconscious. We're swimming in the waters of the Great Mother. We're, swimming towards source, right? Connecting with source. That's deep, deep, deep stuff. Part 3, you may be a spiritual instructor. You may be a spiritual teacher. This is what you were born to do. And your next job is going to be about that. Okay? No matter what kind of money it brings you. Okay? You're not going to be worried about that because you're a spiritual being first. You're an emotional wellness being first. Next, we got the stargazer, of course. And we got the star. And you got the stargazer. You may be an astrologer. You may be someone who reads the stars. You may be someone who does astrology charts for people. You may be a psychic. You may be a dream interpreter. You may be someone who gives... I'm just getting like very, very spiritual vibes, Part 3. Connecting to source, healing through source, connected to source. That's going to be your job, is to be tied in with the spiritual side of life. Very important to you. Okay? And it is from there that you would draw your wisdom. It is from there that you would channel teachings or messages. You may be a psychic. You may be a tarot reader like me. That's very possible. Okay? Next, we're getting... I'm using this is from the Coins Cash Crown Career Oracle deck. And it's going to give specific jobs that you might be for your next job. Please take it with a grain of salt. Okay? And it's just an idea. We got genetic counselor. Okay, so we got someone. This is biological. This is biological. We're getting $86,000 a year, $86K. This is helping people tap into their DNA. You might be a genetic. You're someone maybe who seeks health through biological means. And what I'm getting, I don't know if you guys have heard of CRISPR and these technologies where you do gene editing and stuff like this to help heal. He says here, master's degree in genetic counseling or genetics, to help heal people through their genes. It says you're working with families, patients, and other medical professionals. I also see you just working with families, period. The genetic link. So working with families. I see that for your next job. I see working in families where there's some type of inherited trait that they're trying to get help for. Okay. So like a genetic illness, something congenital. You're helping people with those types of issues. Inherited conditions, yeah. Like defects. Could be therapy for these types of people born with certain conditions. Also getting like healing through the genes. And I don't know if you guys know about this, but it's called epigenetics, which is a study of, epi is new, genetics is the genes. The study of how behaviors and environmental factors like diet, stress, physical activity cause changes in your genes. So your next job might have to do with how do we tweak this person's environment? How do we tweak their mental state even? That's a type of environment. The environment surrounding their genes is their mental state, their emotional, the well-being. And this triggers certain genes to shut on or shut off, right? And so this can be controlled through meditation. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Joe Dispenza's work, Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm real big on it, by the way. It helped me. I used his meditative techniques, Becoming Supernatural. You guys ought to read that book. I'll tag it here. The product here, you can buy it from my shop here online on YouTube. You'll see the link for the product. You may go into the description of this video. You'll see it there. But Becoming Supernatural is a book you could read if you're trying to heal something within yourself that you feel is genetically controlled. Okay. You can switch on or off certain genetic traits, or I don't know what it is. It's just healing through meditation, kind of like an energetic CRISPR, right? A spiritual CRISPR, not the ones in the lab, but the ones within, where you can go in and select for certain genes within yourself or within others, give them certain environments so that they're this will be your field. Okay, this is very specific, I know, but just take it as it resonates and leave the rest for others. Where you'll be teaching people how to tweak themselves, okay? Tweak or make certain changes that bring the best out of themselves or completely shut down certain illnesses, okay? You know, I see an eye here, single eye, and I see another eye here. You're going to be looking deeply into people, deeply into their genetics, their biology, deeply into their souls, deeply into their habits. Natural Sciences Manager. Now I'm getting Natural Sciences Manager. Again, more of this biological stuff, where you're going to be looking into... Yeah, I'm getting biology for quite a few of you, for some reason, okay? That's coming up strongly. So perhaps this is the way you're going to be healing people, is through biology, okay? We're getting chemists, physicists, biologists. You'll be spending a lot of time here in the office, or spend your time in laboratories, maybe studying certain plants and how they can be used for healing, or studying certain drugs, or studying human biology so you can understand how to heal certain conditions that are congenital, or maybe not congenital, but just making progress in that field, okay, of science. Wow. And this one says 129K a year. That one's 86K a year. You know, it's funny, I talked about getting profit for what you do. It looks like you might be getting very well paid in this field. Pile 3, okay? But it's not going to be about that for you. It's going to be about the good that you're doing. It's going to be about helping heal humanity, okay? It can be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work at times. You're going to take on something big here. But I feel that because you're called to it, that's all that's going to matter, okay? You're honoring your calling. We have wisdom. You have assistance, though. Keep seeing that. We have wisdom. Insight into the nature of physical objects gives you foresight, yeah. More of that eyes. So, pile 3, you're going to be getting to look up close at something in your next job. Studying something up close and intently, okay? Deeply. Okay, we got the magnifying glass. We got the microscope. We got the eyes of the owl, very sharp vision. You're going to be, and look, stargazing. You're going to be looking and peering deeply into something. And you're going to be gleaning, insights on how are you going to, what knowledge are you getting and how are you going to use it to heal? How are you going to use it to help elevate human beings? Help elevate those around you. Okay? Wow. We're getting more career stuff here. We have advancement. Career growth is on the horizon in your field of work. Opportunities are coming your way, so don't waste time. Take action to improve your finances. Pile 3, you're going to be making progress in your career. You'll be advancing. You're going to be working with others too. That's what I'm seeing. It's not going to be a lone thing. It's not going to be a lone thing. You're going to be part of a team, and you're going to be one of the star performers there. You're going to be one of the star performers. Really good at your job. Really good at gleaning the wisdoms and sharing it with others. Teamwork. Others will be good at it too. They'll be working with you to collaborate with you to help cure diseases, to help bring healing for profit, for sure. I do feel like you're going to be getting paid. Pile 3. You're going to be getting paid. You're going to be learning some things, looking deeply into people's souls or their biology, and using that information and to successfully help out others. Okay. And finally, we're getting Bumblebee Jasper. Increased motivation. Oh yeah. Your job, your next job, Pile 3, is going to be one you feel very motivated by. Very. It's going to come naturally. You're going to feel compelled. You're going to know that is what you're supposed to be doing without a shadow of a doubt. Okay? You're going to work hard at it, and it's going to bring you wealth. You're going to be wealthy because you are unlocking your inner calling. You're unlocking on a deep level what it is you are here to do. Okay? And you're going to be unfolding to your fullest your natural fullest potential. Okay? This is going to increase motivation, and yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I do feel like with this next job, you've definitely chosen a field where it's what you were born to do. It's what you're supposed to be doing. You're tuned in, you're dialed in, and you're working hard at this path that you've chosen and it won't be like, oh, I gotta get up, I gotta do this, you're gonna feel driven to do it. And that's gonna bring you wealth. It's gonna bring you wealth. Pile 3. Perhaps you're gonna be cutting yourself up from something you used to do, and maybe in the past where it was like you weren't being true to yourself. And your next job is gonna be about you being true to yourself, or doing your job in a way that's true to yourself. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, Pile 3. If you enjoyed this reading, then please give it a thumbs up. If you found it to be resonant, making sense, then please tell me exactly how, which aspect or element of it, appealed to you or made sense to you. Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to chat. Take care of yourself, okay? And I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye! Welcome to reading Pile 4. So what will your next job be like? Alright, let's move your number over to the left. You ended up with this Trust Yourself sticker. You ended up with Capricorn, Gemini, and Scorpio. Okay. So what will your next job be like? Your next job, what I'm getting, and we're just going to see what Spirit has to say about it. I'm going to do a vibe check for you. You're going to be, when it comes to this next job, you're going to be making decisions that are true to you, okay? You're going to be trusting your instincts, trusting your skills, trusting your experience when it comes to your next job, okay? Your next job is going to have, you're going to be, I'm getting gravitas. I don't know why I keep getting that. Like royalty, okay? You're going to be treated like royalty, okay? The king or queen of something, okay? I'm getting diva vibes. Like, you've arrived, like, your next job is going to be kind of like, you're going to be in a high vibrational state in your full power. It could be CEO, it could be entrepreneur, but I'm getting more like, specifically, like, I've been around a long time. I've been doing this a long time, and very few people can speak about this thing that I do or are even on my level. Yeah. So there's something you're going to be doing where your authority on it, your experience on it, or your skill or level of talent is going to be like unrivaled or unquestioned. And you're going to be treated like royalty. People are going to acknowledge that you are the king or queen of something. Okay. I'm also getting that you're going to have like nice luxuries. This next job is going to give you like nice luxuries, nice perks, nice. You may be a singer, like a diva. You may be like an entertainer or a celebrity. You may be like a high-ranking member or employee in a company. whose value and purpose is unquestioned, has brought a lot of profit to the company, and there's just no mistaking it, and your job is secure. Like no one's questioning it because of all the value you brought the company, and you've been rewarded richly. You're going to be rewarded richly. That's really what it is. You're going to be in a high position, or you're going to be in a position of unquestionable value because of the results speak for themselves, will speak for themselves. The value you bring will speak for themselves, and you will not have to prove yourself. You've already done the proving, and it's like proving yourself to this company or your situation is going to be very easy for you. Okay? Proving yourself is going to be very easy. Okay? So I don't want to say it's falling in your lap, because you're special, Pile 4. In your next job, you're going to be very special, very important. Specifically, also, I'm getting, you may be a visionary of some type. You may be someone who, you have a vision that others can not compare, that is incomparable to other people's view of things. I'm just getting like your sense of vision is unparalleled. You have an idea of how things are supposed to work, and it's perfect. It's great, and things play out the way you say they're gonna play out. Okay, things play out like that. Ooh. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot card and see what that's saying. I'm also getting like near-death experiences for some reason. I know that sounds awful, but there's just something about having a brush with the divine, having a brush with, the spirit world. Okay, maybe scrap that. That could just be for a few of you. Let me go ahead and move on and see what we're seeing here. We're seeing the 10 of Cups. Ooh. This job, your next job is going to make you very happy, Pile 4. Very happy. All your cups of happiness and joy are going to be filled. You're going to be happy about your next job. You're going to feel peace about your next job. Your next job is going to be in alignment with your family. Your family is going to be supported by your next job. It may be a family business where you put things into motion and you sit back and watch this thing explode, and in a good way. Okay, and I see family celebrating with you. I see you being able to spend time with your family, generous amounts of time, holidays. Your holidays are not going to be interrupted. All your needs are going to be met. You're going to be able to go on vacation. You're going to be able to have all the nice things, This job is going to support your well-being and support the well-being of others too. That's what I'm getting, okay? Let's move on to your next tarot card. We have the 3 of Wands. Kind of getting similar vibes to Pile 3. I want to watch Pile 3. Up to you. Pile 4. I'm seeing someone standing and watching outward and seeing the products of what they've put into play, how it's playing out. They've done some things. Now they're watching something big manifest before their eyes. So Pile 4, it could be, I'm getting like possibly entrepreneur or CEO vibes, where you've created something and you're watching this thing evolve. You're watching your ships come in. You're watching the fireworks go off. You're watching, big things happen because of events that you put into motion. Okay. It could be an investment. You could be a ghost investor. You could be someone who went on your intuition about something and decided, you know what? I'm going to invest money here. Well, I'm going to put some things into motion there. And I'm going to sit back, watch, supervise. That's going to be your next job. Okay. I'm going to sit back and watch this thing that I decided based on my intuition was going to work, and I'm going to watch it work. Okay, it's going to be working. It's going to be working for you. Okay. Next we have number 21. Yes, for sure. Especially couple. We got the 10 of Cups, and now we're getting the World card. So your next job, you're going to be very accomplished. Pile 4, very accomplished. Your business ventures are going to pay off. You're going to be successful in a major way. You're going to accomplish something great. Things are going to come together for you in a major way. I feel like your investments are going. If it's an investment, is your next job, that investment's going to pay off big, to the point where all you got to do is sit back and watch your investments, do well. That will be your job. Okay, that will be your job. Next, we have Seven of Swords. Exactly. You're going to be working smart and not hard. That's going to be your next job. You're going to be, it's almost like a sneaky, strategic way of thinking. You're going to be thinking things that a lot of people don't think. You're going to be able to think outside of the box. And it is this very clever way of thinking that's going to lead to your success. It could be as simple as, I just don't want to work that hard. Okay, powerful. You could be like, I prefer to avoid hustle mentality. I prefer to avoid, okay, I worked 1 hour. Nah, I just made $60. Okay, I just worked another 2 hours. All right, that's $120. Oh, no. You don't want to work hard. You don't want to be slavish. You want to work smart. It's almost like you're being sneaky. You're trying to avoid the sort of like hard, difficult ways of other people do it. And you're going to do it in a certain sneaky kind of way. Okay. And I feel like it's almost like stealing. That's what this card is traditionally. It's the card of the thief. So your next job is to find a way, to, steal in a way. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just some people think that, like for instance, a lot of people think that millionaires, the way they got to be millionaires is they did something bad, quote unquote. When really they were just being clever. When really they just did away with rules that were holding them back, that everybody else slavishly follows. Okay, they said, you know what? I'm not going to follow that rule. That's what you'll be doing, Power 4. You're going to be avoiding certain rules that are holding you back from becoming successful. While others feel like, and they could be conventional rules that other people are like slavishly like, but you got to do it this way. You got to do it this way. And you're like, no, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it like this. It's different. But this is what's going to bring you your success. Power 4. Okay? And it's coming up with strategies like this that's going to bring you success. We have the Hanged Man. So, Power 4, your next job is going to require some sacrifice, some waiting time. This is a waiting card. This is a waiting card. You're going to have to plant some seeds or do something and then wait to watch it mature. Wait to watch it fully flower or bloom or come in for you. Okay? It's a wait and see attitude. It's going to be part of your job. You may go to school. Okay, that's a possibility. You may be a student for your next job or your next occupation where, I just see you being uncomfortable. I see you, letting go of certain things in favor of something else coming through. You may be a prophet or prophetess, like a psychic. The Hanged Man is a card of someone who see things in a way that others do not. Your perspective, you're going to have to switch your perspective or pause or let something go. Okay? You're going to sacrifice something in exchange for some big payout or some big profit or reward. Okay? This is how you're going to be. The Queen of Cups, okay, could have to do with your intuition. The Queen of Cups is a woman of compassion and empathy, care. So, I am getting that it could be that you're setting up a care facility, with your next job. Or you're setting up some type of business where, you could be a therapist, or you could be a psychic. You could be someone who is there to listen to others, someone who's there to help people. You may set up a business where you employ, maybe you're number one, maybe you're the number one counselor, but you may have employees, or you may maybe pay for a marketing campaign to put your name out there and put your skills and talents out there, and you'll be waiting for customers to contact you. You'll be waiting for people to come to you, and they will come. Okay, so it could be a therapy company, like maybe you'll have a therapy business, a counseling business. You may have healing. You may be a healer. You may be a psychic. You may be a healthcare professional. You may have your own clinic or your own healthcare clinic where you've invested yourself, and maybe it's a family business. You opened up a small clinic, you're a nurse or something like this, or some kind of healthcare professional, a massage therapist or something, like a wellness person, okay? And you'll be waiting for clients to come in, for profits to come in, for your name to be known, and it will be successful. You will reach success, Pile 4. But you're going to have like a waiting period for all this to happen, a maturation phase, okay? Let's take a look at your oracle cards. We have travel. You may have to travel as part of your business, okay? You may have to, go around the world, okay? Advertising or talking to people or going to go visit with people. You may, you may take your services to certain locations. You may attend business meetings. You may be a counselor at a company. You may be HR, right? You may be like the, mental wellness counselor at a big corporation. And you, maybe you'll have to go to school for this. And this is where that waiting period will come in, and then you will graduate, okay? Once you graduate, you will, maybe for a time avoid, crappy positions that are being offered until you find the right one. And then things are going to go really well for you. You could be working in the HR department or working for a department of a company where they care for the mental well-being of the employees. Next, we have retail, okay? Food and clothing. You may be into food and clothing industry. You may be into fashion. Maybe a fashion designer. Maybe someone who has put your designs out there and waiting for people to notice and come buy from you. And you're going to receive recognition for this, Pile 4. You're going to get to a certain point where you're being recognized for what it is that you do. Yes, you're going to get to a point where you're being recognized for it. And your name's going to be celebrated. I just heard Vera Wong. Just got heard Vera Wong. Like you're going to start off, showing integrity at first. You're going to, maybe there's a part of you that's like, you're really good and you know it. You know you are, I feel like you know your greatness, Pile 4. You know it. But maybe at this time, your name has not become well known yet. And you're going to have to go through a maturation process till you're well known. And when you do become well known, people will start buying your clothes. Okay, I see price tags. I see purchases being made. People buying your clothes. People are going to come in and order. Maybe from a website that you set up. We have Clover. You're going to get lucky, Pile 4. You are going to get lucky. You're going to get a lucky break. Perhaps one of your marketing campaigns or efforts is going to pay off in a big way. Maybe there'll be an event. Maybe New Year's or something. And then you'll get to showcase your designs. You'll get a prime spot somewhere. And, just go with me here. Take it as it resonates. It's going to fit everyone and it's going to hit everyone a little different. But this is the energy of your next job, okay? So take it with a grain of salt and apply it to yourself as it resonates, okay? Now, you're going to get lucky, Pile 4. Okay, you're going to have a lucky break. You're going to be spotted. You're going to be recognized. You might even receive an award. And that's going to propel your name all of a sudden. People are going to be like, wait, who's that Pile 4? Oh my gosh, look what Pile 4 did. Look at that beautiful dress. Look at all these details. Look what Pile 4 is doing. Then very soon orders will start coming in. You may have to travel around to market and do meetings or put your name out there or hand out flyers or talk to people or talk to business owners or talk to manufacturers or whatever. But by chance, the good fortune, you're going to hit a sudden stroke of good luck. Okay, you could be working in the finance industry. You could be working outdoors. You may take on some type of job that's your next job may be viewed as risky by a lot of people. Yeah, may be viewed as risky. And but you're going to take that chance because you believe in yourself, Pile 4. You believe that you're a great talent, and you are. And that a lot of people with lesser talent have taken these chances and won. So why not someone with your talents, right, Pile 4? And you're just going to have a big surprising event is going to just catapult you to being seen the world over. You'll be seen the world over. People will notice you. You'll have your 15 minutes of fame or something, and you'll be able to build on that. You'll be able to capitalize on that. Okay? Or you're going to stand out at some event. Maybe you'll apply, there might be some type of competition, okay? And you will apply or send in your work, and you will win, okay? And this is how you're going to get that publicity. We have windfall. Oh my goodness, Pile 4. Did I say there was going to be some type of lucky break? Now you're getting a windfall. You're going to work smart, not hard, like I said, and it's going to pay off for you. It's going to pay off. You're going to receive some type of either like a pay raise or just a deluge of cash coming in because there'll be a bunch of orders, or you win something from a competition. Your work will win the grand prize, or there's going to be some sort of big stroke of fortunate event that comes your way, and you're going to be like, yes, I'm doing it. It's finally happening, you know? I see the fireworks going off, the windfall of cash, the clover, 4-leaf clover, something, the world card, something's just going to be like, boom, all of a sudden, you're going to be big. You know, it's going to happen suddenly. Mental flexibility. Accept new rules or routines. Practice adjusting plans without stress. You're going to think outside of the box, pile 4 for your next job. You're going to see things upside down. You're going to think in a way others don't think. You're going to be very original, very unique in the way you process and see information. You might be on the spectrum, and I don't mean that in a bad way, okay? I mean it in a good way. And in a sense that you're going to be revealing things that others just don't typically see because of how special you are. Okay, it's not going to be a disability. It's going to be a super ability that you will have in the way you think of your work, the way you do your work, whatever that is, okay? And as far as professions, I'm kind of getting, you know, like a salesperson, like going around selling stuff, or an investor, or a fashion designer, or a therapist, or and all these things being done with a twist. There's a way you're doing it that hasn't been done before, okay? Or a student, or you'll be someone who competes regularly in certain competitions. You might be a beauty queen. Okay, this might be about fashion, makeup, your looks. Might be a beauty queen. We have gifts. Gift. Giving and receiving. Sudden windfall. Oh my. Power 4. You're going to be extremely lucky in your next line of work, your next job. It says here, windfall. Look, windfall. Okay? It's not a coincidence. I pull these cards, I shuffle, I get meditative, and I pull them randomly. These are the cards that came out for you. So there's going to be some type of windfall at your next job, okay? Your next career, okay? Whatever it is you're going to be doing. And you're going to be showered generously. Look at all that money. With either someone's going to invest in you, or you're just going to have a deluge of purchases. You know, you're going to become popular. You may even have a hard time keeping up with the demand. It's possible. Someone's going to be very generous with you. You're going to be financially supported by a mate or a very generous investor, or people who are very enthusiastic about your products. Could be clients that, you know, I'm also getting like, it's like you setting up gosh, what is that stuff called? You know, when you, yeah, like when you ever see those people that use like Kickstarter? I feel like you may have some brilliant idea, and it's like very buzzy, and it's very trendy. Maybe it goes viral or something. But then when people go to purchase it, you're like, well, it's, you know, and people are just like blown away by how intelligent you are, you're like a genius, Power 4. And then people come to your website and you're like, well, it's not quite ready yet. So if you want to get this product, you can pre-order at this site. And once I receive 500 orders, I'll take that money and create this product, and y'all can come get it. You know, like Kickstarter, you know, or Indiegogo. I guess, you know, having some sort of like a crowdfunding. You might receive crowdfunding for a beautiful idea you have, or a beautiful outfit that nobody else has come up with this idea. Something to do with fashion, or it could be something to do with health and wellness, or it could be something to do with beauty products, or it could be something to do with it could be just anything, really. I don't know what exactly. That will be up to you. But people are going to be like, okay, I want to get this thing. I know it's not ready right now. I know it won't be if I put all my money into it. And I know you're waiting for the first 500 customers. I want to be customer number 49. Well, I want to be customer number 76. I want to be customer number 103. You're just going to have a lot of people very interested in this idea. And you're going to get all this money coming in. This is just an example. And, you know, the people are going to be waiting. And there's going to be a lot of waiting involved, is what I see, for you to send these products out to them. Okay? So you're going to get a lot of generosity. A lot of people are going to put a lot of faith in you because of how unique and they've never heard of what it is that you are doing before. They will be desperate and eager to be the first ones to get this thing that you are proposing, or this idea. We got an adventure, of course. It's exciting work, right? Now I'm getting this whole thing that you're going to be outdoors again. You're going to be outdoors. It could be like there's something, this product may have something to do with the outdoors. Helping people get outside. Helping people, something they can wear outside. Or something that can help people maybe with camping, or, you know, some kind of camping gear, or something to do with, you know, something that you can put outside, or you do outside, or an outdoor activity to help support you in this outdoor activity. So it could be, I'm getting that with this idea you have, maybe for like outdoor camping equipment. It's possible. Something to go trekking through the wilderness with. Some type of idea surrounding this. You'll kind of go around trying to poach your idea to people, or to companies, asking them to, you know, invest in you. It could have to do with, it's something to do with traveling, maybe. This is what your idea is surrounding. Your next job is going to be to help people when they're traveling. You may be traveling around yourself to try to, you know, poach your idea out to different companies and seeing if they bite and invest in your idea, or want to pre-order, or whatever. Okay. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Next we have Calvin Klein. Take risks and have a press statement ready. Find real meaning in innuendo. Outrage into art form. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing an element of risk taking here for sure. Yeah, definitely. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained, you know. And I feel like you're going to have this idea and realize that you know what it is you're talking about. You know what it is that you are doing. You know what you're doing. And you're solid in it, okay? And so you're going to take a risk and be ready to talk to people about it. Be ready to talk, have interviews. You're going to interview on people's channels, or, you know, maybe even have the press do an article about you, or, you know, you're going to know how to market yourself and get yourself out there, get your name out there, and get attention towards this product, okay? It could be fashion. Like I said, it could be a fashion, a clothes, or something you wear, because we're getting Calvin Klein, okay? It could be an outfit that makes people look amazing, and, you know, you just figured out that you know, your wares look hot and you know it. So therefore, you're going to sit around and wait for, not for it to fall in your lap, but you just know it's coming your way. You're not going to sit here and stress and stress and stress. You're just going to work it intelligently until you get what you're after. You might even get the attention of a major fashion house. That's what I'm getting. If you're into fashion, a major fashion house might get attention. You might contact you and say, hey, you want to come join our team? Or, hey, you want to come, you know, we'll give you like a platform for you to show off your name, show off your wares or something. That's possible. We have the abundance I experience is directly proportional to my willingness to see something new. Yeah, you're going to be thinking outside of the box. Powerful. This is your strength. I'm doing the work to shift my perception of what is possible. Soul money. I see that choosing the right lens is up to me. And beginning, I'm adjusting how I view the world to call in my desires. Abundance. Yeah. You're going to be breaking free of this limiting idea that you got to do a 9 to 5, or that you got to, you know, you just got to go by this traditional way, or there's a certain set pattern. You're going to be like, no, I'm going to do it my way. My next job is going to be me doing something my way, because I have an idea and I want to have it from start to finish. I'm going to somehow get the funds. Somehow I'm going to get the patronage. You know, maybe you're going to take this crowdfunding money, or take this crowdfunding as evidence and take it to an investor and tell them, listen, I need money to help me get this thing off the ground. Look how many people have already pre-ordered my product. This is how marketable it is. It's like selling like hotcakes. I need investment money, and you're going to get it. Pop 4, if that is the case, if that is your story, you're going to get this investment money. Okay? And it's going to be a success. It's going to be a success. There's going to be like an opening day, or like a grand opening or something, and everything's going to sell very quickly. People are going to come collect their items. It's going to be flying off the shelves. You're going to be a good investment, Pop 4. Whoever chooses to trust you or invest in you they're going to be making a sound choice. And it's because, and they're going to be really tapped into your confidence. They're going to look at you and be like, wow, Pop 4's got it. I better jump in on this before someone else does, and they'll just pour the money over you, just show you the money. We have cryptocurrency. Oh my gosh, pile 4. You're going to be wealthy. You're going to be very, very wealthy. You could, very much could become a millionaire from this. Or on your way to becoming a millionaire or multi-millionaire. You're going to get a big break. And you're going to be like, either you're going to be dealing in cryptocurrency in the world of finance. Okay, so here, finance. You could be dealing in the world of finance. That's possible. And look, it says financial here as well. And then we're getting, cryptocurrency. So what I'm getting, pile 4 here, is that one of two things. You either could be, from this a business idea you have where you get all the support, you'll be able to make great amounts of profits. It'll make you become very quickly wealthy, and you'll be investing your money into cryptocurrency or whatever you think you should be doing. Okay, I'm not recommending you do cryptocurrency. I'm just saying that's what seems to be popping up in your energy. So follow your own intuition, and this is not a financial counseling reading. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm just saying that it looks like you're going to be either getting into stocks and bonds or cryptocurrency or something like this, and you're going to be making good decisions as well. You're going to be trusting your intuition and making good decisions there and making even more money. The other possibility, or in addition, you may just be very strong in finances. This could be, your idea could be having to do with stocks, the stock market, cryptocurrency, bitcoins, things like that. And this is where your next job is going to be, and this is how you're going to make bank. Okay, we have step up. Don't be the best kept secret in your niche. Boost your visibility, step out of the shadows and into the spotlight to attract your ideal clients. Exactly, you're going to be marketing yourself, you're going to be putting yourself out there. Maybe I talked about something going viral. You may get like a TikTok, or get something and start putting your ideas out there. People will start noticing you very quickly and be like, oh my gosh, Power 4, how did they come up with this? Oh my gosh, I want in on this. So everyone from clients who want to buy it even before it's made, to investors who want to invest before this thing, somebody else invests in it and they lose out on a good profit. Everyone is going to want a piece of this, and you will realize that you have been keeping yourself hidden, and it's time to go ahead and put yourself out there. Okay, you're going to step into the spotlight, and this is going to attract clients, attract investors, and you're going to be a big name. You're going to be a big name, Power 4. Next, we have responsibility. Yeah, you're going to have a lot to do. It is going to get, I'm telling you, like, a lot of orders are going to come in. It might grow a little too quickly for you. It might be kind of big for you to handle. I'm recommending delegating. I'm recommending getting employees, or maybe getting even an AI employee, or getting like a digital employee or something. I don't know what it is, but there's going to be a phase you go through where it's going to be uncomfortable for you. I'm not going to lie, Power 4. Where you're going to be like overwhelmed. You're going to be like, whoa, God, it's just going to hit you like a ton of bricks. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's lots of money coming in, but your responsibilities are going to be huge. Okay. Responsibilities are going to be huge. The observer. Okay. It's like, you're just going to be watching things pour in. You're watching things pour in. I'm saying 21, 22, 25, 27, 38, 45, 70, 99. It's just going to be growing and growing. There's going to be a lot of you sitting back, putting things in play, sitting back and watching just numbers grow right in front of your eyes. Watching something just mushroom right in front of your eyes, growing. Like, for example, growing numbers of followers, growing numbers of subscribers, growing numbers of investment money coming in. Logging into your Kickstarter one day and seeing you've got, $800 of investment money sitting there, orders have come in, then, moving on, doing other things, and 2 weeks later or next week logging in and seeing, $5,000 of them, and you're like, whoa, you're just gonna be watching things pile in, watching things grow, watching things mushroom out of control. Like, it's gonna be surreal, Power 4. You're gonna be blown away. Even though I know you are confident in yourself, you're gonna be blown away by how quickly this thing grows. Okay, we got training and developing specialists. Exactly. You're gonna have plans. You're gonna coordinate direct skills. You're gonna be planning something. The 3 of Wands is about plans, putting your plans into effect. And I do see staff. I do see you may have to get some staff members, training them on what they need to be doing. This could be in any industry, really. You'll be working full time and much of your day will be spent with these people who are supposed to help your business get off the ground. You have experience in this thing, or have a bachelor's degree or master's degree, and I see 115K, out the gate, right? Just out the gate, a year in income. The next, this is from the Coins Cash Crown Career Oracle deck. I just pulled 2 out of the pile, and just to see what comes through. Chief Executive CEO. You see, you're going to be the boss of something, boss vibes, and there's going to be a phase where you're overwhelmed, but it's going to pass quickly. You're not going to be overwhelmed the whole way, but you're going to have a very marketable, lucrative idea that's just going to catapult you to the heights of success. Pile 4, that's your next job. And I'm getting like your schedule's going to be a little irregular, because you're going to be the boss. You get to sort of call the shots on when you'll be there, when you won't be there, but you're going to have people who are there all the time, or have digital assistants who are there all the time, 24/7, around the clock. Again, I'm getting another 6-figure income. We got 115K a year out the gate, 104K out the gate. So definitely like big money coming, and that's going to be your assigned income. We're not talking about the profits of your business. I feel like you're going to be smart about that. You're going to understand profit is profit. You need to pay yourself from that and get a salary, but your profit is going to be astronomical. Pile 4. You're going to have this is a very profitable, lucrative idea or business idea that you have going here. That's going to be your next job. We have investments, exactly. It could be financial. Investments made will have positive results that will bring prosperity. Invest wisely. Yeah, so you're going to have investors, or you're going to be investing your time, energy, or your own money in something that's going to you're going to be watching the money rise. You're going to be watching your numbers go. You're going to just be seeing your stock prices rise. You're going to choose wisely and invest wisely, and something's going to grow, skyrocket. You're going to be watching the money roll in. That's the vibe I'm getting, okay? All right, let's got these as well. We have magical. It's going to be magical. It's going to seem like magic. Wow, Pile 4. I'm so happy for you. I am so happy for you, Pile 4. Your next job is going to make you wealthy. Point blank, period. Okay? And it says your dream life is manifesting magically. You are a master manifester that's going to be calling this in for yourself. You will have the resources to bring your desires into reality, and your income is going to increase rapidly. So with this 6-figure income out the gate, it's going to grow, because as your profits grow, you're going to give yourself raises, right? And next we got security. Look at the gold bars. You're financially secure and abundant. Continue to grow and maintain stability, in your career and finances. Multiple streams of income. Is saying. Okay? Wow. I'm blown away. I am blown away, Pile 4, by your future success. Pyrite. We got pyrite. This is fool's gold, okay? Shields from misfortune. You're going to be safe when you're doing this, okay? You're going to be taking risks. It says ones against risk. You're going to be taking a risk, but it's going to pay off. I've seen signs all over. It's going to pay off. And you're going to be having genuine wealth. Genuine, not just, oh, well, I've got all this investments and I got to pay all this money back, so I'm just waiting to see. No, it's going to be pure profit sitting in the bank. That's going to have your name on it. Assets going to have your name on it. You're not going to be owing anyone. If there's anything you're owing, it's going to be paid back rapidly. You're going to be able to pay your investors off very quickly. Your investors are going to be very happy with you, or your investments are going to, when they come in and all this money comes in, it's just going to be yours, true and blue. Nobody's going to be trying to get something out of it. It's going to be yours. You're going to be genuinely wealthy for your next job, Pile 4. Or it could be your income is going to be so big, so voluminous that you won't need to spend all of it. You're going to be able to sock away a lot of it and just live and take care of your family necessities, a few wants. A lot of it's just going to be stockpiling. You're going to be stockpiling money in the bank. You're just going to be wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. And you're going to invest too. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, Pile 4. If this reading resonated, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. If you found this reading to be very resonant, makes sense for you, then please give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching. And let me comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about Pile 4. This is a really good reading. Let me know what you thought, okay? Take care of yourself, okay? And best of luck with your future. Bye!